Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC, solutions made for your vineyard. Can't make it to the game? No problem. Watch all Stompers home games streamed live on the Sonoma Stompers YouTube channel. You can catch all the action with Kieran Costa and Nate Martin starting 20 minutes before first pitch with the Stompers pregame show. Join us on the road for radio feeds of all Stompers road games, live on the Stompers Radio Network.
2-1 pitch to Keys. That one's bounced towards second. There'll be a play at the plate. They'll throw home from left field. It kicks away. Take about Trent Keys, the walk-off hero. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Braden Gens pitches. Beal strikes out swinging. Stomps win. The pitch to Sebastiani is hit a mile to deep left field. Coupland back at the track. See you later.
The Sonoma Stompers pregame show is on the air.
Kieran Costa and Nate Martin have you covered up until first pitch here on the Stompers Broadcast Network. Get all the insights and analysis for tonight's contest and hear from Stompers manager Zach Pace on the Stomper Report. Your coverage of Stompers baseball starts right now.
Two years ago in the 2024 CCL Wildcard game, the Stompers came here to Sinsheimer and beat the Blues 7-2. Now, 728 days later, they hope for the same fate. It's the 3-seed Stompers and the 2-seed Blues from San Luis Obispo here on the Stompers Broadcast Network. I'm Kieran Costa, joined by Nate Martin here from the beautiful Central Coast. And Nate, the regular season has come and gone, and now everybody's record is 0-0 in a one-game wild card here between the Stomps and the Blues. It was an up-and-down season for Sonoma, 25-18, their final record. They struggled away from home at 6-9, but that's the beauty of baseball. It all comes down to just one game.
Yeah, and a lot of those struggles away from home were right here at Sinsheimer. Two of the more memorable games of the summer, I would say. One of them, a game that was tied before the 8th inning, a collapse from Sonoma pitching and defense, and then another that went into 11 innings, a thriller where both pitching staffs were phenomenal. So definitely a lot of exciting stuff have happened between these two ball clubs. I'm expecting more of the same tonight.
The CCL postseason is built like this. The top 3 teams in the North make it to the playoffs. That's where we are now. The 2 and 3 seed play in a wild card game. That's coming to you in just a few moments. The winner today have a long bus ride ahead of them up to Danville and Walnut Creek, where the 1 seed Crawdads await the winner of this game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So, as it stands, both the Blues and the Stompers are 2 wins away from the CCL Championship Series. The Stompers hoping to find themselves back there after their walk-off in the North title last year. But, Nate, things are really hard for the team in this position. Since the pandemic, in the new playoff format, teams are 5-0 when they get the 1 seed. The Stompers have dreams of Walnut Creek tomorrow, but they have to focus on today first.
Yeah, but the same thing can be said about San Luis Obispo, who hasn't won the CCL North title in a couple of years. The last 2 title games have been played between the Crawdads and the Stompers, so it's a chance for San Luis Obispo to get back to where a very storied program wants to be. As for Sonoma, well, you're the underdog of the CCL North. Everyone has been counting you out for most of the year. It was a pretty weak title defense for the first month of the season. Since July, the Stompers have turned it around, so keep that momentum rolling into the playoffs, and anything can happen.
And before we dive deeper into this game, the regular season's come and gone. Our videographer Ken Bolts threw together the top 10 plays of the 2026 regular season in Sonoma. Hit in the air to left field and deep. Hurtado chasing back, still back, looking up, see you later. An opposite field grand slam for Tino Vassell. Sonoma leads it 4-0. Tino's 2nd home run of the season.
And the first grand slam of the year for Sonoma. That is exactly how they needed to come out to start this homestand.
First backside home run for any.
That one ripped to right center, and it drops into the gap where Taylor and Sebastiani aren't occupying. Taylor slides out and makes the dive. The throw over to home in time. Do not test this Stompers defense today. Taylor to the cutoff and Ayala into Garcia. Cesar Garcia had no chance. Hit to left center to opposite field, and it drops in the gap. 1 run comes home, fast coming home too. Ball hit to the cutoff man. Have yourself a day, Anthony Shepler. 9 RBI. 2 home. Louisville in the fall. As he crosses that one to left. Hurtado back at the track. It's out of here. In Angel Garcia's final game of the summer, he puts the cherry on top with his 2nd home run. gives Sonoma an 8-run lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Fires a 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 Ks on the day for Devin Laginto. Does he go to it again on a 1-2 count? Europero takes off for home! Safe! Misael Europero steals home!
Homer! Mason! Mason! Why not you? Good stroke on you, 4-7.
Ben Sebastiani crosses into foul ground. He gives way to Wesley Bass, who makes a sliding catch, and the ball game is over. Stompers get the victory. They survive a late rally by Menlo. Well, fun to reminisce on the 10 best from the Stompers season, and that's just a very short list of what's been a great year in Sonoma. 4-1 in the out-of-league slate, 25-18 in league action, but Nate, every single record, your home record, your road record, your win streak, your wins and losses are all 0-0 as we are getting you set for the wild card game here. And let's talk about the pitching matchup here at Sinsheimer Park. It's Moose Cuellar and Max Mazinter. Max just committed to the University of Nevada, wasn't on the team when these two teams played earlier in the season. Let's see if the late addition can make a big splash for the Stomps.
Yeah, and a big reason why Sonoma and Slow played 2 very close games was because of the pitching. We've seen the Blues pitching staff be really good all year. Moose Cuellar, especially someone we expected to start this game, and Dean Traynor did announce that Cuellar is the starter. But Mazinter was someone that came in after Jake Andres and Tabor Fast, both guys who started in that series left, and he's filled in pretty well. A couple of really nice appearances in a row, including his most recent outing against San Francisco, where he allowed no hits through 4 innings and struck out 5. So if you can stretch him out to 4, 5, even 6 innings, that might be tough, but that would be a great go for Zach Pace and the Stompers coaching staff.
Yeah, and the Stompers' best asset here is availability. That's what Coach Mayo always says. The best ability is availability, and they have a lot of pitchers who are good to go for this game. Deep bullpen, you can have a short leash with guys like Mazinter, and then out of the bullpen, you have Aiden Tinsley, Riley Dickey, Devin Laginto, all guys that have pitched real well for you this season. But on the other side, I think there's a lot more pressure on Moose Cuellar to go deep into the ball game.
Yeah, considering that a lot of the pitchers that Sonoma saw at the start of the year from San Luis Obispo have left. Someone who had a perfect 5 innings against Sonoma, Connor Mendez, not with the team anymore. A couple other guys as well. So Moose Cuellar has been with the Blues all summer. He had a great first game against Sonoma, but it's different. It's playoff baseball. Anything can happen. You got to rise up to the occasion, be ready to go.
Max Mazinter hopes to be the guy ready to go. South Mountain Community College to Tulane and then Nevada. But he's an older guy. He's 21 years old and pitching in front of a big crowd here at Sinsheimer. I asked Zach Pace in the manager's report, how is the starter's age, confidence, and maturity going to come through in the biggest game of the season? Welcome to the Stomper Report Playoffs Edition. Sonoma and Slow about to get started in the CCL North Wildcard game. I'm Kieran Costa here with Stompers manager Zach Pace. And Skip, you've played in a lot of playoff games yourself in your playing career. Can you maybe just tell us what are some of the differences between a regular season game and a playoff game?
Everything's highlighted, everything's just turned up a notch. I mean, it's still just another game, and I know we've talked about it with our team. It's just another big game, but everything's highlighted, and, I kind of feel like the team that makes the least amount of mistakes usually comes out on top, and if you just play clean baseball, good things usually happen. Don't need to do anything special, I feel like, it's just about taking care of the baseball and, filling up the zone and just taking your quality at bats, and hopefully good things will happen.
Right on that. You can't really press in a playoff game, right? We talked a lot about early in the season. Guys were pressing. You want the home run play every time. A lot of guys can get reset into that mindset come a playoff game. How do you just stick to your approach or to stick with what's been working the last couple months?
Yeah, it's just, we talk about every game's a big game, right? And then when you get to the big games, it's just another big game. And so that's kind of our culture here at Sonoma, and and we just try to think of it just as, don't try to make it bigger than it is, I guess, right? And it's easy to do. It's easy to, make it a bigger situation than it is. But in reality, it's just another baseball game. And, I don't know, 40 years down the line when you're a good husband and father, and, you probably won't even remember this game, So don't make it any bigger than it is, and just go have fun and enjoy the moment.
A lot of people won't remember this playoff game, but then there are the memorable moments that you'll never forget. Last year, the Nick Sebastiani home run, maybe 2 years ago, the DJ Scott grand slam here in SLO. While, yes, Nick Sebastiani was a great player for you the last 2 years, there are always some unsung playoff heroes. Who do you think on the team this year could be that guy for you?
I don't really know. It's tough to predict. I guess right now I'll go with Jones just because he's hot and, coming off CCL Player of the Week, and I think he's been swinging the bat really good lately, and hopefully he can continue that today for us.
Jones was a second-half addition for you guys, but there's been so many guys that have been here since May, and they've been playing baseball, obviously continuously coming straight from their college season. So much work has gone into this game from all sides, the front office, the coaches, the players. What would it mean to go get a win today?
Oh, I mean, it'd be huge just for the whole Stomper family. From the top all the way through the staff, interns, players, coaches, and fans, and just everybody involved. It's it would be huge, and this is what you play for, right? You play all season, and we're trying to get better and get these guys better back to their colleges, but when you play in these high stake games, there's that extra pressure, if you want, per se, for that game, and it's going to make you better in the long run, right? Because those are the funnest games to play, and when you're playing for something, it's a lot of fun.
Getting now into the specifics of this game, you have Chase Taylor leading off. He was on the team when you guys won it 2 years ago. Here, he's at the top of the lineup. Maybe as a veteran, what do you want him to bring to the team as a leader? And then as a leadoff hitter, he's been getting on base so well. He's taking his walks. He's cut down the strikeouts in the second half. How does he have to set the tone today?
Yeah, just do what he does, take his quality at bats at the top of the order. He's a threat on the bases. He's really good in the outfield, running stuff down. And if he just plays this game, don't need anything special. Just, take his quality at bats and, take what the game gives you too, right? And so if that pitcher's kind of nibbling around the zone and, maybe taking some borderline pitches to put yourself in a better hitter's count. And, Chase has done a great job of that, and hopefully continues that today.
Last couple for you here. Moving over to the pitching side, you have Max Mazinter, another guy that hasn't been here all year, but what I want to focus on is maybe his age and his experience. He's going to be heading to UNR. That's going to be his third school. He's been around CC baseball. He's been around at the D1 level at Tulane. He's one of the older guys, 21. How do you think he can sort of draw on his experience in front of what's going to be a raucous crowd?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really great arm and has a really good head on his shoulders. He's a slow breather, as Coach Mayo would say. And he's just out there nice, calm, cool, and collect. And hopefully, that stays the same for this game. And that's what I'm expecting out of him. And hopefully he has a good outing for us today.
And then the last one for you, is there any playoff memories you have as a player or a coach that you're going to share with the team or anything you're going to tell them before the game today?
Not necessarily. I'll just reemphasize that it's another big game, just like every game in the regular season, and that comes from a buddy of mine that I played with when we won 3 championships, and he would tell me every day that, hey, big game today, bud. And this is all during the regular season. It got a little tiring, after we play 80 games in the regular season. And then all of a sudden he said, in the championship game, he said, hey, big game today, bud. And it just kind of felt like another day, and that's how you got to kind of approach it, I feel like. And, just go out there and have some fun and, play for your teammates and play for the Stompers. And hopefully we come out on top.
Thanks for the time today, Zach. Thanks for the time all year. Good luck.
Thank you.
Stompers and the Blues all set and ready to go as the starting lineups are getting announced here.
Welcome to the
Sinsheimer Park on the Central Coast. That does it for this playoff edition of the Sonoma Stompers pregame show. We're all ready to go next. It'll be Chase Taylor, Wesley Bass, and Hunter Carlson due up against Moose Quayer when we come back with lineups and first pitch. The CCL North Wildcard game gets going next on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network.
Thanks for tuning in to the Stompers pregame show. First pitch is on the way here on the Stompers Broadcast Network. The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats to the family. La Michoacana Ice Cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly. The lines are painted. The lineups are in. The field is raked and the cleats are laced. Your Sonoma Stompers are just about ready to take the field. Now, straight to the voice of the Stompers, here's Kieran Costa.
It's the CCL North Wildcard game from the Central Coast. I'm Kieran Costa, joined by Nate Martin on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. One game to decide the season. Winner go home between the 2-seed Blues and the 3-seed Stompers. From Sinsheimer Park, and 8th-year manager Zach Pace, playing now in his 3rd consecutive postseason at the helm of the Stompers, announces this lineup. The center fielder Chase Taylor leads off, followed by the right fielder Wesley Bass and the first baseman Hunter Carlson. Tino Vassell cleans it up, the third baseman, followed by the left fielder Mike Jones and the second baseman Misael Urapero. The catcher, Gage McCown, hits 7th. The DH, Ben Sebastiani, hits 8th. And the shortstop, Bryson Ayala, rounds out the 9 for the Stompers, sporting the road gray uniforms. Sonoma in Navy script across the front with Navy numbers on the back and the orange numbers on the front and the orange on the bill of the Gamer Caps. And they face off against the Slow Blues and manager Dean Trainer. He announced Moose Cuellar as his starter today, a 6'3", 225-pound lefty from Tulare, California. The 20-year-old went to Tulare High, committed to UCLA, and after redshirting there, spent the last year pitching for Fresno State. As a Bulldog, he threw 30 1/3 innings to a 6.23 ERA, but it's been a great summer. The all-star lefty made 6 starts and 9 appearances. He went 2-0 with a 2.97 ERA and 37 strikeouts in the regular season. It's the Stompers' second look at Cuellar, and it's the start of the CCL North Wildcard game. Cuellar, a lefty, on the mound is ready. Chase Taylor ready in the lefty batter's box. Andrew Bergstrom, the home plate umpire, says play. And away we go here on a Tuesday in slow. The first pitch is a called strike at 6:03 Pacific time. It's a beautiful 74-degree day in slow. 0-1 to Chase Taylor. Cuellar's pitch, a called strike, 0-2. Taylor, the only player in the Stomper lineup who was also in the lineup in the 2024 wildcard game. The Stompers beat the Blues 7-2 that year, en route to a CCL North title game appearance against the Crawdads. 0-2 pitch to Chase. Taken outside 1-2, and will set the defense behind Cuellar. Dom Nahar, Cesar Chavez, Kyle Becker left to right. Brendan Comerford, Diego Murillo, Brady Alves, and CJ Moran, third to first around the infield. 1-2 pitch, Cuellar to Taylor, and CT takes away. The count is 2-2, and that's what Taylor does. He works counts, second in the CCL with 33 walks. Exactly what you want your leadoff man to do. We'll see if he puts the ball in play on a 2-2 from Cuellar, and Chase strikes out swinging. First batter, first strikeout for Moose Cuellar. And there's one down, and this is going to sort of be the story of the game. The Stompers strike out at a 9.5 times per game clip. That's the most of any offensive team, and slow pitchers strike out 10.45 batters a game. So it's the highest. It's a team that strikes out the most against a team that strikes out the most hitters. It's a ignominious stat for Sonoma. First pitch to Bass, swing and a miss, 0-1.
And the first time that Sonoma came down to Sinsheimer this year, back on June 16th, Blues pitching struck them out 18 times, including 5 perfect innings from Connor Mendez and 11 Ks.
See if they can fare any better against Cuellar. The pitch is lined back up the middle and through for a base hit. Wesley Bass is aboard the first base runner of the ball game. A one-out single in the top of the first for the Stomps, and Bass 13 for 13 on stolen bases. A good guy to get on first.
Yeah, someone who really likes to dance around on the bases, especially if he gets to second. He takes some of the most aggressive secondary leads over off second base out of anyone in the league. And someone who was moved up in the lineup. We've seen him a lot of time hitting in the bottom third of the lineup.
Zach Pace's first big decision pays off in the first. We'll see if they can do anything with it as Hunter Carlson takes high 1-0. Hunter, the league's best hitter by most metrics. In 36 games, he had .345 with a .530 on-base percentage, 9 doubles, 4 homers, and a second in the CCL mark of 34 runs driven in. Cuellar checks on first, and Bass back with a single step as he talks to Jacoby Heyer, the first base coach for the Stompers. Dave Hoke has the duties over at third for the 8th-year skipper, Zach Pace. 1-0 to Carlson. Outside 2-0. Not a guy you want to fall behind, but now when you do get behind, what do? He's been hitting the cover off the ball, hitting over 400 since the All-Star break. And one note on this matchup, Hunter Carlson caught Moose Cuellar in the All-Star game in Reno, so he should know the repertoire better than anybody. 2-0 pitch coming from Moose. Again, a check on first. Bass doesn't dive, but he's back with a step.
CJ Moran not on the bag. He's a step in front of it, looking to get the ball quicker so he can apply a swipe tag on the runner.
Short lead for Bass, but has the foot speed to go. And another move to first. Bass is out. Moose Cuellar picks off Wesley Bass, and the second you think the Stompers get things going, well, it turns out they didn't. Big second out for Cuellar, and now you can pitch around Carlson with 2 outs and the bases empty.
And he's someone who likes to be aggressive. Dance off the bag a little bit. We've seen him get it thrown out at second. It's always a risk dancing against the lefty who always is going to have his eyes on you at first.
2-0 to Carlson. Slider in there for a called strike. Cuellar fastball, slider, curveball, and change, but mainly a 2-pitch pitcher. You see that fastball tick up 88-89. 2-1 to Carlson. Popped up foul back up over our heads in the press box, 2-2. Taylor struck out, Bass singled and then was picked off, so there's 2 outs and nobody aboard for Carlson. The powerful lefty from Georgia State's been the motor of this offense all year. We'll see if he can keep this first inning alive and try and give Max Mazinter, the starter for the Stompers, a little bit of cushion before he takes the hill. 2-2 pitch to Hunter. Call the ball outside 3-2.
It was really similar to the start of his innings. The first time these two teams played back at Arnold Field, Hunter Carlson drove in the season's first run for Sonoma in the CCL.
Payoff pitch. Hunter checks his swing. It's a called strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. The Stompers do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left after the pickoff. Nothing across for Sonoma with slow coming up in the bottom half.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Watch all Stompers home games streamed live on the Sonoma Stompers YouTube channel. You can catch all the action with Kieran Costa and Nate Martin starting 20 minutes before first pitch with the Stompers pregame show. Join us on the road for radio feeds of all Stompers road games, live on the Stompers Radio Network.
2-1 pitch to Keys. That one's bounced towards second. There'll be a play at the plate. They'll throw home from left field. Kicks away. Take a bow, Trent Keys, the walk-off hero. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Braden Gantz pitches. Beal strikes out swinging. Stomps win. The pitch to Sebastiani is hit a mile to deep left field. Coupland back at the track. See you later. Welcome back to Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo, California for the 2026 CCL North Wildcard game on the Stompers Broadcast Network. Sonoma couldn't score in the first, a couple of strikeouts, and also Wesley Bass picked off first base. Made it a 3-up, 3-down frame, and now Max Mazinter takes the hill against this lineup announced by Dean Traynor, the Blues skipper. The center fielder, Cesar Chavez, leads off. The first baseman bats second, that's CJ Moran. The third baseman bats third, that's Brendan Comerford. The right fielder, Kyle Becker, cleans it up. The shortstop, Diego Murillo, fifth. The DH, Parker Cristol, sixth. 7, 8, and 9 go the catcher, Miles Mater, the second baseman, Brady Alves, and the left fielder, Dom Nahar. Blues in their home white pinstripe uniforms. Blues across the front in navy with the navy numbers on the back. Chavez in open stance for the righty from Cal State LA. Mazinter's first pitch is cut on and missed, 0-1. Max is 6'5", 208 pounds. The righty from Scottsdale went to South Mountain Community College, then last year at Tulane, and recently committed to Nevada. He's 21 years old and making his 5th appearance of the summer. His 0-1, Chavez swings and misses, 0-2. Mazinter has made 4 appearances, 3 starts. He's 1-0, and he's allowed 4 earned runs over 12 innings pitched, 7 walks, 8 hits, a hit by pitch, and 12 strikeouts. 4 no-hit innings his last time out. Sonoma needs him to come out hot here today. 0-2 pitch is outside, 1-2. As I've mentioned, this is a rematch of the 2024 wild card game. The Stompers won that one 7-2, mainly thanks to a 5-run second inning. It included a grand slam from former Stomper DJ Scott. 1-2 from Mazinter. Off the glove of McCown, the pitch missed anyway, 2-2.
And that's something you have to be careful with behind the play. This is the deepest backstop in the CCL. McCown has to squeeze those.
It's a Max Mazinter to Gage McCown battery today. We'll set the defense after a 2-2 offer here from Mazinter. Comes set at the belt. The pitch. Check swing, fastball misses high, filler up 3-2. Mike Jones in left, Chase Taylor in center, Wesley Bass in right, Tino Vassell's the third baseman, Bryson Ayala the shortstop, Misi Ayel, Yuri Pero at second, and Hunter Carlson at first. The leadoff man Chavez was down 0-2, now it's 3-2. Max Mazinter's payoff pitch after a long hold. Struck him out swinging. Mazinter gets Chavez one away. Brings up CJ Moran from University of San Diego, is having himself a solid season. Just a tick under 270, 9 doubles and a home run. This is something the Stompers coaching staff talked a lot about. Tino Vassell, 1 step off the infield grass, guarding against a bunt from the lefty Moran. The Blues love to play small ball. CJ swinging away and hits it high in the air, very shallow right. Wesley Bass, the right fielder, makes the call and squeezes it with 2 hands, 2 away. Moran retired on a pitch, and it brings up the longest tenured slow Blue in the lineup today, Brendan Comerford. Comer, as they call him, an all-star for the Blues this year in his 3rd season playing with the club. Recently committed to Seattle University. He's played at Ohlone and Gonzaga in the past as well. He was a JUCO All-American a couple years ago. The pitch from Mazinter is outside, 1-0.
Going back to that CJ Moran flyout, I mean, those are tough to swallow early on in these playoff games, 1-pitch outs.
Mazinter's 1-0 is inside, 2-0. Comerford, a right-handed hitting third baseman, right on top of the plate. Has a ever so slightly closed stance, the feet very close together. He kicks out the back line of the righty batter's box. Mazinter's 2-0 is high, 3-0. And this is what the Stomper coaching staff always says. If you get 2 quick outs, I want you to challenge in the zone. I'd rather you give up a 2-out double than a 2-out walk. But Mazinter now in jeopardy of that 2-out free pass. 3-0 pitch from Max. Get me over. It's 3-1. Andrew Bergstrom has the balls and strikes today. Jose Areola at first and Dustin Hare at third. Hopefully we see a challenge pitch from Mazinter on 3-1. The offer is high for ball 4, and Comerford works the walk. Both teams got a base runner in the first inning. Let's see if Slow can take advantage with the cleanup hitter, Kyle Becker, coming to the plate.
Up next for the Blues, number 43, Kyle Becker.
Becker is someone who's had some really nice success this year against Sonoma in the season series, 5 for 13 with a double and a triple.
Kyle opens stance. He digs in from the left side. Comerford leads from first. Mazinter peeks over, held by Carlson. Another check on first. Another look. He comes home with it, and Becker takes high. The runner goes. Nobody's covering second base, and the throw hit Brendan Comerford, and that might be the reason he's not at third base right now. That's a mental mistake from the Stompers. A little bit of a delayed steal from Comerford. Nobody was covering the bag. Slow has a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
One of the things the coaching staff talks about for the playoffs is mistake-free baseball. The team that makes less mistakes is the team that's more likely to do well. That's a mistake from Sonoma early.
And now a single changes the line score. As the first pitch was called a strike, and that one is called a ball. Comerford had 15 swipes in the regular season. He's gotten himself into scoring position with 2 outs. We'll see what Becker can do. 240 average for the lefty. Mazinter stares down Comerford, delivers to the plate, swing and a miss, 1-2. This game started at 6:03 Pacific time, and it was 74 degrees. Your time and temp reminder here in the bottom of the first. 1-2, Mazinter ahead of Becker. A long hold at the belt. Becker fouls it back to the screen, 1-2. Comerford, the man on second base, was the only blue in the lineup today that was in the lineup in that 2024 wildcard game that I talked about. He went 1 for 4 in that one. He was also the final out. Stompers hoping to strand him at second here in the first inning. Mazinter misses just upstairs. The count's 2-2. Mazinter, but he delivers 13th pitch of the inning. His 2-2 pitch to Kyle Becker. Just misses high. Bergstrom's been leaning on the bottom third of the zone, hasn't given anything at the top so far here in the first inning. So now it's a payoff pitch. We'll see if Comerford runs from second. He doesn't, and Becker skies it. On the infield, it's Bryson Ayala's ball. The shortstop loses his hat but secures the catch. And the inning is over. We've played one in the 2026 wild card game. We're scoreless between the Blues and the Stomps.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors, From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC, solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
We head to the second in a scoreless game. No other way to start this one. Teams that have played it close, especially in the second half of their season series. Sonoma had their only win over SLO. That was 56 days ago on June the 2nd. They beat SLO 7-0 on opening day. Since then, they've taken 3 straight losses, Nate. That included a 10-0 loss in Sonoma. As Vassell takes a strike.
It's just been dominance in the CCL North in general since that first loss back on June 2nd. The Blues are 18-1 against North opponents, but as you said, Kieran, everyone's record 0-0 in the postseason.
0-1 to Vassell. Checks his swing. It's a called strike.
Bergstrom calling a very interesting zone here to start.
Vassell, the CCL's RBI leader and walk leader. He tied for the lead in triples as well. A very compelling case for all CCL first team. The pitch to Tino's way outside. And then the knock on Vassell is maybe a little too much of the swing and miss, but that's something he's really cut down on in the second year of the season, and he's primed to make the starting 9 for the USF Dons. For a summary at 325. The 1-2, Vassell takes away 2-2. Tino went to College Park High School in Pleasant Hill, his second summer team in as many years. He was on the California Tigers in 2025. He checks his swing and is rung up on a pitch that Bergstrom rules a strike, and that's 3 Ks.
And 2 of them looking. Zone is one that Sonoma hasn't really adjusted to thus far. Bergstrom going to be very friendly low, as we've said. That one was about a ball low, and he called it a strike. He's going to be very tight at the top of the zone.
3 strikeouts through 4 hitters for Moose Cuellar. And Mike Jones, the reigning CCL hitter of the week, sends one to center field, not deep. Chavez comes on, battles the sun, and makes the catch 2 away. Misael Uripero, the second baseman, will try and keep this second inning alive. Misa, the team's leader in games played. This will be his 41st of the summer, and his first at-bat starts with watching a fastball for a called strike 1. Uripero ended the regular season as a .237 hitter. 5 doubles, 2 homers. He drove in 27 runs. Just has to find a way to get on. He watches a fastball away. Mater tried to backhand it and just watched it drift back to the screen. Stompers' only base runner, Wesley Bass, single back in the first. They're scoreless in the second. Uripero takes low. He's ahead 2-1.
And Uripero, someone else that you want to try and limit getting on. Second best base runner on the Stompers, 11 for 12 this year on stolen bases.
The second inning was the inning where the Stompers went That was 2 years ago. Let's see what they can do here in the 2026 edition of the wild card game. Misa hits it foul. Count holds. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty in the top of the second. The game's still scoreless. Blues stranded a runner in the bottom of the first. The Youngstown State second baseman takes up and away 3-2. Another full count. Stompers have done a good job of working Cuellar deep into counts. He's thrown now 20 pitches. Payoff to Europero. Down, ball 4. Misael earns himself a 2-out walk, and the inning continues for Gage McCown.
And that's the right idea from Moose Cuellar based on the zone that you're getting. You want to go low. That time, just a little too low even for Andrew Bergstrom. Gage McCown. No.
McCown, a right-handed hitter. Catcher bats right-handed, a hitting room on the right side, and a check on first. Europero just scampers back to the bag safely. A nice lefty move from Cuellar. He already got Bass picked off in the first inning. As a first pitch fastball misses up and outside, 1-0. McCown's hitting .277. He has 4 doubles and 2 home runs. Trying to be the man to come through as Cuellar checks on first again. Europero dives back. The Blues have done a great job here at Sinsheimer in league play. They're 19-9 at the friendly confines.
Exact same record as Sonoma at Arnold Field.
McCown swings and hits it foul. Up over the screen, first base side out of play. McCown's really hit himself into the lineup in the second half of the season. He's DH'd a couple times, but he's the best defensive backstop that Zach Pace has, so that's where he finds himself today behind the plate. 1-1, Gage takes a strike.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him as a DH at some point in the playoffs, namely because of his ability to pitch late on in games, one of the better relievers Sonoma has.
Stompers have to make sure there's a playoff run to get him into and win an in today as McCown fouls it in and out of the glove of Mater, stays alive. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Woody Petto leads from first, not running. McCown takes outside 2-2. Cuellar's longest outing of the year came back on June 26. He went 5 1/3 innings, but I think they might need that or even more out of him today. Blues pitching staff depleted with players leaving for schools late in the season. McCown leaves a fastball inside. The count's full 3-2, and that means Europero will be off and running from first base.
That's Gage McCown adjusting to the zone right there. He's caught it in the last inning. He gets some advantage from it there on that for a 2-2 pitch.
Moran still holds the runner, even though he's going to be gone on first motion from Cuellar. Moose comes set at the belt, delivers home, and McCown hits it foul. McCown not giving an inch here against the starter Cuellar. It's going to be a big storyline in this game. How quickly can the Stompers make Dean Traynor dip into his pen? Europero running once more. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scoreless game, top of the second. Left on right, McCown takes ball 4. back-to-back two-out walks from the bottom of the Stomper order, and now Ben Sebastiani has himself a big at-bat here in the second. Sebastiani started this year 0 for 14. He's hitting .333 in the second half, and that averages up to .234. This would be a great time to cement yourself as a playoff hero, even though it's just the second inning.
His cousin did it last year at Arnold Field, Nick Sebastiani, with that walk-off home run over the Crawdads. It's a little different here early in the game, but it's still a good opportunity to get going against Cuellar early.
Stompers would love a chance to play for the CCL North title like they have the past 2 seasons. The pitch to Sebastiani, he swings and misses. First pitch breaking ball, 0-1.
First pitch changeup from Cuellar, not something we've seen from him a ton today. As you said, mainly fastball slider.
Runners lead from first and second with 2 outs. Moran plays behind the runner. Bats McCown at first. So if Sebastiani can go the opposite way, he could find himself a base hit as he takes high 1-1.
And we've seen B-Seb go the opposite way a couple of times, a couple of gap shots in that right center area back at Arnold Field that he's taken advantage of.
1-1 on Sebastiani, the DH today, hitting in the ace spot. Takes outside again, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Sebastiani, right-handed hitter. The pitch. A strike, top of the zone, 2-2. You'd love to get this to a 3-2 count, which could send your runners, but Sebastiani just has to do anything to stay alive. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs and 2 on. Seabass hits a broken bouncer to the first baseman Moran, who's going to take it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. For Sonoma in the second, no runs, no hits, no slow errors, and 2 left. 1.5 innings down, 0-0.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Bottom of the second inning on tap here at Sinsheimer. The 2026 CCL North Wildcard game rolls on. It'll be Murillo, Cristal, and Mater. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the order against Mazinter. The CCL Wildcard playoffs have already seen their first upset. The 3-seed Barons just took down the 2-seed Oaks 4-0 in Conejo. The first pitch here at Sinsheimer to Murillo, sent into right. Bass towards the line, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the second. Nate, just as you were talking about the Blues giving the Stompers a gift.
Yeah, to that point, though, about the Conejo game, they had the bases loaded with 2 outs in that 9th inning and a chance to tie it. Thrilling game, hoping for the same here.
Right. 1-3 seed's got to win. Let's make it another.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, 2 first pitch outs is really infuriating for the Blues. I'd be curious to see what Dean Trainer thinks of that.
That brings up Parker Cristal, right-handed hitter. Takes low. Parker Cristal played last year at West Valley, where he hit .390 with 15 home runs. That was good enough to send him to San Diego State. He'll be joining Devin Laginto there as a couple of transfers this fall. Just his 4th game for the Blues. Two-way player, but DH today. Pitch from Mazinter, down and outside, 2-0.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, if part of the reason why they have him DHing today, recent addition, is to have him throw. A little bit of strategy from Dean Trainer.
Mazinter behind in the count, 2-0. Infield and outfield straight away for Cristal, who chases a fastball up. The count's 2-1. Stompers have gotten runners aboard in both the 1st and 2nd inning, unable to score. The Blues hit here in the bottom of the 2nd frame. Bases empty, 1 out. 2-1, Cristal hits it foul past Paul Teixeira, the first base coach. Rene Regalado is over at 3rd. The first run feels so important in a game like this. It's one and done game for one of these teams, but also they seem to play each other so close, or at least they have, and Stompers now 5th year in the league. 2-2 pitch, Cristal takes up and outside.
3 of the 4 games this year were tied heading into late innings. The first meeting between the 2 ball clubs was tied up until the 7th inning, and then it was a 10-0 win for San Luis Obispo, but then the next 2, one was tied in the 8th, one was tied in heading into the 11th.
Stompers have only played 1 extra inning affair, and it was here in Slow, a loss in mid-June. Payoff pitch, Mazinter to Cristal. Struck him out swinging. 2nd K for Max Mazinter. And this is a classic Miles Mader approach. The young catcher from Indiana is going to take all the time in the world in the on-deck circle before he walks up to the plate. He's a guy that the Stompers have had some problems with in the past. Bryson Ayala hit a go-ahead, or not a go-ahead, but a home run that blew the game open the first time these 2 teams meet. Miles Mader met him face-to-face at home plate. He was upset, and then Mader pimped a home run about 15 seconds longer when he hit one out here in Slow, but he's had problems with multiple teams in the league. A young kid, shows a little bit of inexperience at times, but a real power threat. 6 doubles and 2 homers. He takes an off-speed pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, and he's someone that the Indiana coaching staff redshirted partially maybe because of that immaturity. It's something that is the important thing for you as a coach is he coachable, and he's having a really nice summer here in Slow.
0-1. Mader takes high, 1-1. Miles has that bright red ankle guard on the front foot for the Indiana Hoosiers, but the yellow batting glove supporting Slow. Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday evening. Playoff baseball from San Luis Obispo. Mader takes a called strike 2. Mader hit .269 this year, on base over .350, but a guy prone to strikeout. He struck out 40 times in 28 games. Mazinter would love to pick up a punch out. 1-2. High and tight, buzzes the tower with a fastball, and the count's level at 2-2.
There's a couple guys in this Blues lineup that strike out a lot. Brendan Comerford is one. He was tied with Tino Vassell for the league lead, and then And Miles Mader, the other 40-plus strikeout guy in the order.
The catcher in a 2-2 count here. Mazinters look cool, calm, and collected through the first 2 frames, but he's now in a 3-2 count against Mader as he misses down and away. Free swinger with 40 strikeouts, Nate. You have to attack him. Not a guy you want to give away a free pass to. Brady Alves on deck, though, just 7 for 56 this summer. Payoff pitch with 2 outs. Mader checks his swing, appeal to first. Yes, he did. Jose Areola rings him up. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Mazinter, and he puts down the Blues 1, 2, 3. 2 innings of play are complete. Neither team has yet to score.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana ice cream and treats to the family. La Michoacana ice cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma.
Is number 47, Bryson Ayala.
Bryson Ayala, the 9-hitter in the Stomper order, will be followed by Chase Taylor and Wesley Bass as Sonoma tries to grab a lead in the 3rd. Ayala swings and misses, 0-1. Bryson, the shortstop from Melbourne, Florida, played his collegiate freshman season at Tulane. The 0-1. Swings and misses again, 0-2.
Ayala was someone that had a really tough first few weeks of the summer, but you've seen him bounce back, a change in approach, being more patient. He's had 11 RBIs in his last 2 weeks.
Just has to get on base here. He bounces it foul down the 3rd base line, right into the Stomper 3rd base dugout.
And he's someone who obviously, as you mentioned, has passed with San Luis Obispo. Pimp to Hale, Pimp to Homer, opening day between these 2 ball squads.
0-2 pitch to Ayala. Outside, 1-2. Mader trying to bring it back, but Andrew Bergstrom didn't bite. Center fielder Chavez a couple steps over towards left. Infield straight away, and Cuellar took too long, and Ayala calls time at home plate.
Just more mind games.
Cuellar works pretty quickly. Ayala tries to throw off his timing, the 1-2 pitch. Cut on and missed. It's a breaking ball. Ayala swings right over it. It's the 4th strikeout for Cuellar. 1 out quickly in the top of the 3rd, and Chase Taylor, who Struck out to lead off the ball game, digs in. First pitch to Chase. High for ball one. Comerford creeps in at third, as does Moran at first, guarding against the bunt against the speedy center fielder from UConn.
Any word on if $10 is up in the visitors' dugout?
Not sure if it is today. 1-0. Taylor hits it foul down the left field line and drips out of play over the Stomper bullpen. Taylor really cut down on the strikeouts in the second half of the season. Went down swinging in the first, but he's ahead in the count here, 2-1. Chase ended the year at 235. The 2-1 pitch just misses high, and it counts 3-1.
Taylor has done a great job in the leadoff spot, working counts. He has a .493 on-base percentage in the month of July.
3-1 to him. Is hit foul back towards the press box, just up over our heads. And the count runs full 3-2. Taylor in a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Fifth strikeout out of the 5 outs recorded.
Another strikeout, and we're on pace for the 18 that Blues pitching recorded the first time these two teams played here at Sinsheimer.
Bass is the only hit of the ball game for either side. A 1-out single back in the first. He was eventually picked off. He swings here and lines out to Brendan Comerford at third. That ball was hit on a line, but it finds the glove. And the inning is over. 1-2-3, go the Stompers with a couple of strikeouts. We've played 2.5, still no score.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is Legacy in Motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Nothing separates the Blues and the Stompers through 2.5. Brady Alves, Dom Nahar, and then the top of the order, Cesar Chavez against Max Mazinter, who's allowed just 1 walk and struck out 3. As he enters his third inning, he's thrown 32 pitches so far. And he starts off against Alves, who's just 7 for 56 in the regular season. First one from Mazinter. Alves squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a fastball high, 1-0. Alves at Butte College. This is his second year for SLO. In 2025, he went 4 for 31. This year, 7 for 56. He's swinging away and bouncing one to Vassell. The third baseman spins and throws in time. Vassell throws out Alves. First out recorded on 2 pitches here in the third, and it gives way to the 9-hitter, Dominic Nahar.
Vassell's grown as a defender so much at third base. Not a natural third baseman, usually would play at second for USF, but he has picked it up like a glove, you know. It's a really nice adjustment as the summer's gone on from Tino.
You go from Alves, the 8-hitter, hitting 125, to Nahar, the 9-hitter, hitting 337. First pitch is down and away. Really, everyone on the Stompers defensively have done a lot better. Bryson Ayala and Tino Vassell, especially that left side of the infield, really shored up in the last couple weeks. 1-0 to Nahar. That one's hit to right center field, not deep. It's Wesley Bass who circles under it and makes the catch. Quickly, 2 away, and man, Mazinter would love a quick third inning. Let's just get these bats right back up, Nate. Keep the good times rolling. Mazinter's retired 6 straight, and he's only allowed 1 walk. On the other side, the Stompers had a single in the first, 2 walks in the second. It feels like the first run of this game is really going to swing the momentum, and right now, if this holds, that first run could come to Sonoma.
Especially for a Sonoma team that has a deeper bullpen currently than San Luis Obispo.
First pitch from Mazinter is high to the leadoff man, Chavez, who struck out swinging in the first. Cal State LA, where Caesar played his college ball. He's ahead in the count. Open stance. The righty takes a called strike. Fastball outside corner. Chavez, a 3-year starter at CSLA. Hit almost 350 with 11 doubles and a homer last year for the Golden Eagles. Hitting over 300 for the SLO Blues as well. He takes down and away 2-1.
Yeah, if you were to remove the Sonoma Stompers from the CCL, he'd lead the league in RBIs. He has 33 on the summer.
Stompers have a couple of guys ahead of that, Hunter Carlson and Tino Vassell, who will hit first and second in the top of the first, hopefully in a scoreless tie. 2-1 pitch from Mazinter, right there for a called strike 2. Pitch away from his 4th strikeout and his 7th straight retired. The Walnut Creek Crawdads sit and wait up in Danville. The winner of this game plays there tomorrow at 4 o'clock. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Mazinter delivers. It's popped up. First base side. Carlson cuts into foul ground and makes the catch. The Blues go quietly again here in the third. A tightly contested 3 innings of play comes to a close without a run. Nate Martin takes over on play-by-play for the 4th. 0-0.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Heart of the order up for Sonoma to start the top of the fourth. Carlson, Vassell, and Jones facing Moose Cuellar for the second time. Carlson and Vassell, the two league leaders in RBIs, both struck out looking the first time they faced Cuellar. Carlson steps into the left-handed batter's box. A .605 on-base percentage in the month of July. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball, and that's a big reason why a lot of teams have adjusted to Carlson as the summer's gone on, kind of pitching away from the Georgia State Panther. Cuellar no different on the first pitch. On the second, attacks, and Carlson lines that one up the first base side, but a nice pick by Moran, who flips it to Cuellar in time, 3-1. Defense on point so far for San Luis Obispo. A nice backhand pick from CJ Moran. One down early to start the top of the fourth. Doesn't get any easier. Tino Vassell to the plate. Another lefty in the order for Cuellar, the southpaw. Struck out looking to start the second. Tino takes the first pitch down and away for a strike. Averaging an RBI per game. 36 on the season through 36 appearances. 7 doubles, 3 triples, and a CCL North leading 5 home runs. He takes outside for a ball. The 1-1 to Vassell. Looked at again, ball 2. Vassell leads the league in walks and strikeouts. 35 walks, 44 times he's been retired swinging. The 2-1, outside again, but this time called for a strike. Bergstrom maybe extending on the outside as well now. It's somewhere we've seen a lot of CCL umpires be more friendly to on the outer edge, giving it to a ball and a half outside. Bergstrom no different on that one. The 2-2. Popped up, shallow left center. Nahar Chavez chase over, and it's going deep, and it gets past him. They collide, and it runs off the wall. Vassell digging for 3. The ball is thrown to the cutoff man, bounces off of him, and Tino slides in safe, head first. Chavez and Nahar collided on that one, trying to get it. A triple for Tino Vassell, his 4th of the summer. That's another league leading stat for the third baseman.
Too bad that one doesn't count, Nate, because, I mean, as we mentioned, they're all back to 0, but he's going to have to.
A playoff leading.
Third triple. We're going to have to leave it as he ended up tied with the triple lead. And now, this is Veslobu's infield's going to draw in. Which is interesting because you could in a 0-0 game trade that run for an out, but that shows how much the Blues put a premium on that first run.
Big swing and a miss from Mike Jones for the first strike of the at-bat. Jones had an excellent final week of the regular season. 11 RBIs, 2 home runs, a .350 average, and he's gotten a hit in 7 of his last 8 games. Taking advantage of the injuries in the outfield, he takes outside for a ball, and this is where it becomes important as well for the catcher to be extra careful with a deep backstop here at Sinsheimer. Miles Mader knows that. He's been one of the main guys Dean trainers use behind the dish this summer. The 1-1 to Jones. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Cuellar a strike away from allowing his defense to get back to normal depth. This is a circumstance the Stompers practice for. To start out BP, you have to hit 5 ground balls to simulate this situation right here. The 1-2. Taken low off the knees of Mader, but Vassell holds up at third. A good read from Tino, 90 feet away from scoring.
Yeah, Mike Jones came up in an infield-in situation early at the end of last week against the Seagulls in the 9th inning. Couldn't get it done. Here you just need to hit a fly ball any way that you can.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery popped up shallow right. Moran come in and he makes the grab. Vassell thought about going, but holds up an unproductive second out of the 4th. Misael Europero now responsible with bringing home the game's first run. 3rd on the team in RBIs with 27. He's gotten a hit in 8 of his last 10 games. Drew a walk back in the 2nd. And now the infield back at normal depth. Alves at second, hugging the outfield grass. The first pitch, taken low for a ball. Europero, Caracas, Venezuela, to Miami, Florida, Youngstown, Ohio, and he's had a very nice summer up in Sonoma. Has a chance to deliver the first run of the wild card game. Takes outside for a strike. Bergstrom showing he's extending on that outside part. The batters, Europero has to adjust. The 1-1. Outside again, called for a ball this time. Misa came to Sonoma hoping to work on his power. And he's done a good job of that. 5 doubles, 2 homers. 4 of those 5 doubles coming in the month of July. The 2-1. Off speed, misses. 3-1, hitters count to Misa. Has done a good job at bringing home runners. One of the biggest runners he's had to bring home this summer in Sonoma. Stands 90 feet away from scoring the game's first run. Hitters count. High, ball 4. Misa walks for the 2nd time today. It's runners at the corners for Gage McCown. And now, coming out of the dugout for Sonoma. Beg your pardon for Slow.
It's Brian Trainer, the pitching coach, who's going to talk things over with the entire infield. This has been the opportunity of the game so far, Nate. Vassell gets the triple that felt like it just kept on carrying and carrying out to left center field and held at third. Jones had that at bat with the infield drawn in, and he put the ball in the air, but just not deep enough. The first baseman Moran made the catch, and then Europero walks, keep moving the line, and it's gonna have to be one of these guys, a Europero, McCown, and Sebastiani, who's gonna have to come through.
It's a back end of the order that we've talked about a lot, Karen, because, it feels like you're going to get production from that top spot. Hunter Carlson, Tino Vassell have done it all year. It's the back end that's been more inconsistent. McCown, someone who we've seen more at the top end this year, hitting 7th, 277 average, 4 doubles, 2 homers. Zach Pace doing a good job of balancing this lineup top to bottom. McCown's got to prove why that was a good decision. Tino Vassell at third, Misael Europero at first. McCown to get the first pitch against Cuellar for his 2nd at-bat. Swings and fouls it out of play. Gage drew a walk back in the 2nd with 2 outs. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, Karen, but you need a run.
Keep the line moving any way you can.
McCown behind 0-1 after the foul ball. Cuellar goes back to the runner at first. We've seen Moose already pick off one runner, Wesley Bass, back in the 1st. And Cuellar, someone who has an interesting story. He wears hearing aids while on the mound. Delivers an 0-1, misses outside. Mater couldn't make a squeeze on it, but didn't go far enough for Vassell to think about running. Cuellar's hearing aids, it's because he lost hearing around when he was 3 years old. Not fully deaf, but just suffers from hearing loss. The 1-1. McCown swing and a miss, strike two. And Cuellar is now a strike away from getting out of it. Sizable Tuesday night Sinsheimer crowd getting noisy. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Cuellar comes home. The runner takes off at first. That one misses outside for a ball, and it's now 2 in scoring position for Sonoma. It's given as a stolen base from Misael Urapero. 12 for 13 now, counting regular season and postseason, and Madar wants to talk things over with Moose. Carlson kind of ground out over to first, a hard hit ball that Moran did a good job fielding. Tino Vasella 1-out triple. Mike Jones popped up to first. Misael Urapero, a walk and a stolen base. Runners at second and third. 2-2 count, 2 out. Gage McCown has an opportunity to drive the game's first run in.
Good time to go be a postseason hero.
Cuellar comes home. Fouled back. McCown stays alive.
These are the moments where the Stompers struggled early in the season. Was you got the runners to scoring position with less than 2 outs and you couldn't drive them in. McCown's got to do that here in the 4th.
Can you do it on the 2-2? Swing and a miss, strike 3. Moose Cuellar gets out of trouble. Runners on second and third, neither could score. We're still scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the 4th. San Luis Obispo hope for the game's first runs.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana ice cream and treats to the family. La Michoacana ice cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Still scoreless as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Moran, Comerford, and Becker facing Max Mazinter for the second time today. Mazinter's looked really solid through the first 3, but Kieran, innings 4 and 5 are where we kind of see things get a little bit more difficult for Max.
Yeah, Mazinter's longest outing was his last one. He went 4+ and walked the first batter of the 5th, and he has to deal with Moran, Comerford, and Becker, the heart of the order. See how he does second time through.
The first pitch of the inning, taken for a ball outside. The fastball just couldn't find the outer edge. Moran flew out to right on the first pitch he saw back in the first. Maybe Max trying to induce another first pitch swing from the man at the plate as he bounces that one to foul, 1-1. USD for CJ Moran. And a very nice season with the Toreros. Devin Laginto starting to get loose in the bullpen. The 1-1. Called a strike at the knees. And that's not a surprise for me, Kieran. As we've said, Mazinter struggled with his command in innings 4 and 5 in the past. And Laginto has eaten up middle parts of the innings many times for this summer for Sonoma. The 1-2. Wormburner over to first. That just stays fair. Carlson knocks it down, throws over to first in time. Max Mazinter did a good job covering to get the innings first out. That one hung the foul line.
There was a little bit of worry with Hunter Carlson at first base. He's a natural catcher, and that was a nervous play as it kicked off the heel of his glove, but he recovered in time, and it's a big first out. Mazinter at 45 pitches through 3 1/3. You hope he can maybe get out of here around 55 pitches, and maybe that's when you turn to your bullpen.
First pitch to the 3-hole hitter is called a ball. Brandon Comerford worked a 2-out walk back in the first and made it all the way to second on a stolen base.
Yeah, that's the only man that's gotten aboard, and he's the only one that's gotten into scoring position.
He's out ahead 2-0 after a couple of misses away from Mazinter. Only base runner of the game so far for the Blues. Hitters count. Mazinter comes home. Called a strike. Nice pitch right there from Max Mazinter. Still showing he has it here in the fourth.
Comerford, a guy that was an all-star for the CCL North. He hit the only home run of that ball game, an opposite field home run in Reno. Mazinter's got to keep him in the yard.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Even better, keep him off the bases altogether.
I'll tell you, it's going to be tough to hit one at the opposite field here at Sinsheimer. Ball doesn't really travel. I've only seen one home run here in person, Kieran. That was Miles Mader earlier this summer over left. Mazinter hoping to keep the ball in the park on the 2-2. Lined over to third. A nice pick by Vassell. High throw over to first in time. A loopy throw from Tino Vassell. 95 mile an hour off the bat. Just another great defensive play from Sonoma.
Outstanding from Vassell. Went into a 2-foot slide on a 1-hop smash. Recovered, and he knew what he had to do on that throw to first. He had so much time. You don't need to rush that throw, try and zip it in. All he had to do was hit Carlson in the chest, and that's exactly what he did.
Brings up Kyle Becker, a lefty. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Dave Hoke has to be loving this game so far, the infield coach for the Stompers, also at third base during the offensive innings. The 0-1. Misses low, ball 1.
Going back to that play by Vassell, it's something that Zach Pace has said so much this year. If your throw hits the first baseman in the chest and the runner beats it out, then that's fine. You're going to have to live with that. And that's exactly what Vassell did there. He knew how much time he had, and he made an on-target throw.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. We've seen throwing errors at the start of the year from that left side of the infield. Vassell and Ayala, and both have worked really hard to fix those mistakes. We've seen less in the second half. Mazinter's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Max Mazinter delivering in the CCL North Wildcard. Only one man has reached through the first 4 innings. He's also struck out 4. We head into the top of the 5th. Still scoreless at Sinsheimer.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is Legacy in Motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Moose Cuellar stays on the mound after he allowed 2 in scoring position back in the 4th. He faces 8, 9, and 1. Sebastiani, Ayala, and Taylor alongside Kieran Costa. I'm Nate Martin, welcoming you back for the CCL North Wildcard game. Still scoreless, and Kieran, the Stompers, have a chance to strike here in the 5th. They feel like they've been so close against Cuellar thus far.
Yeah, Stompers 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. That's the difference.
Sebastiani fouls that one high and out of play over the first base dugout. Sebastiani, today's designated hitter, grounded out to first to end the 2nd. A .492 on-base percentage in the month of July. He has picked it up in the second half of the summer as he takes outside for a ball.
Just has to get on any way that he can. Stompers have yet to get the leadoff man aboard in any inning.
12 walks, 6 hit by pitches, a few doubles, a triple. Any of those would do for B-Seb. The 1-1 taken below the knees, ball 2. And someone who is no surprise to seeing his average climb up. His average between his freshman and sophomore season at the College Marin went from 150 to 350. He checks his swing, but instead called a strike.
Everybody clap your hands.
Andrew Bergstrom calling balls and strikes today. A zone that's been friendly below the knees as Sebastiani pops that one foul again.
Becker really shallow and right, and a step towards the line if Sebastiani can put one to the opposite field.
Instead, swing and a miss, strike 3. Cuellar, while he struggled with allowing base runners, has struck out 7, putting in a really nice wild card performance with the swing and miss. Brings up Bryson Ayala, one of those strikeout victims back in the 3rd. Next 2 guys up, Ayala and Taylor, have struck out every time they've been up.
That's the worry, Nate. Stompers strike out 9.5 times per game, and slow pitching strikes out 10.5.
Swing and a miss, strike 1 from Ayala. The first time these two teams met at Sinsheimer, Blues pitching through 18 strikeouts, including 11 from Connor Mendez and a perfect 5 innings of ball, and the Oregon State Beavers debut with slow. 0-1 misses outside, ball 1 to Bryson Ayala.
That game ended as a one-hitter. Ayala had the only knock. The Stompers have been held under 5 hits in 3 out of the 4 games.
The 1-1 misses low, ball 2. The only number that matters to me, Kieran, is the number under score. If you win the game with 2 hits and 11 walks and a couple of runs, as long as you have more runs than the other team, that's all that matters. 2-1, hit the other way, very shallow. Becker and Alves come together, and it's the right fielder, Becker, who makes the grab.
Yeah, it's a graveyard for hitters. If you hit the ball to right field, it's not going to go. That's why you see right fielders play so shallow at this yard, and even that ball had him coming in.
Wind blowing out the left field as it usually is. That Sinsheimer brings up the top of the order, Chase Taylor. Strikeout number 1 of the day for Moose Cuellar, also strikeout number 5. Those came in the first and the third. The first pitch, taken for a strike. Taylor, second in the league in walks. He's someone who's cleaned up a strikeout problem that was a problem at the start of the year as he checks his swing and takes the ball.
No action in the Slow Blues bullpen. They're happy to ride with Moose Cuellar here, who's thrown 83 pitches.
The 1-1. Check swing foul, 1-2. The man on deck, Wesley Bass, has had a couple of nicely hit balls, 1 for 2 with a 94-mile-an-hour line out to third. Taylor wants to get the bat to him. The 1-2 offer from Cuellar. Bounced over to first, foul. In between Jacoby Heyer, the Stomps first base coach, and the Blues dugout. Heyer, Zach Pace's son, pitched the non-league game back on July 4th, heading into his senior year at Santa Rosa High School. Coaching first base tonight for the Stomps. As the 1-2 to Taylor once more. Outside, ball 2. Good take from Taylor.
Stompers have had a base runner on in 3 of the first 4 innings. Taylor has to try and bump that number here in the 5th with 2 outs and the base is empty.
3 have reached the scoring position, but there's still a 0 in front of a Stomper's name. Swing and a miss, but goes foul. Taylor just got a piece of wood to that. Really battling here against Cuellar. 37 strikeouts entering today in the regular season. He has 7 here in the wild card, and we're not even out of the 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cuellar set at the letters. And fires home. Call the ball. Just tie, according to Andrew Bergstrom. And Chase Taylor will see a 3-2 pitch. Cuellar quickly fires. That one hit the shallow right field and a 1-hopper that bounces in front of Becker for a 2-out single. Chase Taylor gets the Stompers' second hit in as many innings, 3rd of the day. 2-out rally potentially brewing here for Sonoma.
Taylor had 2 hits as the only Stomper that played in that 2024 game, and then here a nice little single with 2 outs to keep the line moving.
91 pitches for Moose Cuellar. Movement in the Blues bullpen. We'll see how long Moose goes. Brings up Wesley Bass. A hard hit single back in the 1st, a hard hit ground out back in the 3rd. As a check on the runner at first, Chase Taylor. 9 for 14 on stolen bases this summer. No Stomper has been picked off more than Taylor on the bases.
I wouldn't be surprised if they sent him anyway.
Need a run. Still scoreless here in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Bass will have to wait as Cuellar checks again over at first. We've already seen Moose Cuellar pick off a runner at first. That was Wesley Bass back in the 1st. Had a couple of nice checks on Misael Urapero a couple innings back as well. It's a nice pickoff move from the lefty Cuellar. We finally get a first pitch of the at-bat we do when it's taken for a ball low.
Scoring first is so important in this game for Sonoma. They're 18-6 when they score first this year. Just shows how important it is. That's 18 of 25 wins.
One of those wins was over these Blues back on opening day as a big swing and a miss from Bass brings the count to 1-1.
Bass has extra base hit power. He has a double and a homer since returning from injury earlier in the week.
Since returning from injury, he's got a 5-game hit streak, including tonight. He's in a 1-1 count, and we'll have to wait as a third check on the runner, Taylor, over at first. It took 3 checks for Moose Cuellar to get Wesley Bass out in the first. Taylor playing it a little bit more conservatively than Bass did. The 1-1. Low, ball 2. And you really have to wonder how many more batters Moose Cuellar is going to see. If he walks Bass here, Kieran, I reckon this will be his day.
Alrighty, just started to get loose.
The 2-1 is cold, a strike, 2-2. Cuellar, a strike away from getting out of it. Bass has been one of the better batters today for Sonoma. 1 of 3 with a hit. Had a hard line out back in the third. Cuellar comes home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Moose Cuellar with his pitch count in the 90s gets out of the 5th with his 8th strikeout. We head into the bottom of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left in a scoreless contest.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Max Mazenter, 54 pitches through 4 innings. He enters the 5th for the 2nd outing in a row. The last time he entered a 5th, he walked the first batter he saw and then was pulled very quickly by Zach Pace. Mazenter has been solid, only 1 base runner. He retired the last 10 batters. Starts things off against Diego Murillo. Bunt shown, pulled back, and appeal to first says that Murillo went around on the bunt. 0-1. A fly out to right field for Murillo to start the 2nd. That was on the first pitch he saw. The 0-1. Cold, strike 2. This pleasure coming from the area of the Blues dugout. The balls and strikes from Andrew Bergstrom to start this 5th. Mazenter started out the summer at Tulane. He's heading to Nevada, and the Wolfpack getting a really nice arm the way Mazenter's been pitching this play so far today. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strike out of the night for Max Mazenter. Saw the arm warming up in the bullpen and says, "Keep me in, coach." Brings up Parker Crystal, a 2nd man to strike out in the Blues order. West Valley JUCO product heading to San Diego State. Max's first pitch. Line to left field, but right over to Mike Jones, who watches it 1 hop off the wall, a base hit. Crystal digging for 2nd, slides in safe. The first hit of the game for the Blues comes with one out in the 5th. A hard hit liner that hops off the wall for Parker Cristall, his second double in as many home games as a San Luis Obispo Blue. The first base runner allowed by Max Mazinter since the first. Retired the previous 11. Brings up Miles Mader. Struck out back in the second. He's hoping to score the game's first run. The Blues have been quiet for most of this ball game. They have a chance to take the game's first lead for a runner in scoring position and one out. The Indiana Hoosier, Mader, takes the first pitch for a ball. Had a home run in the 5th the last time these two teams played. That was a go-ahead homer for San Luis Obispo. The 1-0. Taken upstairs, ball 2. Cristall with a large secondary off bag at second. Trying to do anything to become the game's first run for San Luis Obispo. Hitters count to Mader. 2-0. Called, strike 1. Mazinter needed to find the zone there, and he did.
Mader's been the Stomper killer, if you will. He has the home run. He had the walk-off in the 11th inning. This is almost the first heart-in-your-throat moment as a Stomper fan of the 2026 postseason.
Mazinter looks back at second. 2-1 count, comes home. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Thank you all so much for tuning in on this Tuesday night. Still scoreless with one out, a runner on second in the bottom of the 5th of this CCL North Wildcard. These two teams met in 2024. A 7-2 win for Sonoma. Still scoreless, Karen.
I think 2's going to win this one, Nate. That's my hot take here in the 5th.
I don't think it's a hot take with the way the game's been going and the history these two teams have. The 2-2 bounced foul in between Rene Regalado and the Stompers visiting dugout.
The Stompers are 0 for 3 with a walk with runners in scoring position. The Blues just 0 for 1 entering this at-bat. That was Comerford stole second. They've only had half an at-bat with a runner in scoring position. Becker popped out to end the first, and that started a string of 11 straight retired by Mazinter.
Mazinter would love a pop out here. Thought about coming home, but never took his eyes off second on Parker Cristall. The 2-2, and time is called. Miles Mader wanted to pause things over. Mader always takes his time coming out of the batter's box on his walk-up song. Wants to control the pace in the at-bat against Mazinter. Struck out swinging back in the second. The 2-2. High, ball 3. The back pick over to second, and nobody's over there. Cristall trips over the bag and has to hold. A bullet dodged by Sonoma. No one was covering second. McCown still thrown, but Cristall lost his balance.
Games like this often come down to who makes the biggest mistake, and that almost was the first mistake of the game.
Ball was called. 3-2 count. Runner at second, one down. Mazinter's longest outing as a Stomper. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 Ks on the day for Max Mazinter. An out would leave Parker Cristall over at second. Comes against Brady Alves, hitting 125 on the year. The lowest average by a country mile in this Blues order. Mike Nunez still comes out of a dugout to have a word with his pitcher. Karen, this is about as much as you could have hoped for from Max Mazinter, someone who's struggled to go long in games in the past. He's an out away from getting out of 5 with just 1 hit, 1 walk, and no runs.
He hasn't had to go deep into the games, but today, Zach Pay's asking a lot of him to get through this 5th inning. Owls had 2 runs batted in the regular season, Nate.
One of his 7 hits came against Sonoma. That was his first of the summer. Would love a hit here when he grounded out very weakly over to third to start the 3rd last time up. Eight walks, 23 strikeouts. Any out would do for Max Mazinter on the mound. The first pitch, called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Good location from Max Mazinter. Crystal takes off for third. The pitch, swing and a miss. Throw over to third. Doesn't come. McCown
got you on his pump fake.
I know. Runner into scoring position now. A strike would get Mazinter out of it, as would any out. Crystal over at third. The 0-2. High, ball 1. I think Kieran, Brady Olives hit 125 in the regular season. 0 for 1 today. 0 for 1's the only stat that matters in the playoffs.
The only stat that matters, and that's the beauty of it. Anyone can be a postseason hero. Anybody.
Mazinter's 1-2. Outside, ball 2.
You have to challenge him. You cannot walk Alves with Dom Nahar on deck.
Nahar leads the lineup in average in the regular season with 337. Alves dead last, and it's not even close, 125. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Crystal over at third. The pitch. Breaking ball high, ball 3.
These 2 out walks always get you, and especially to Nate, a guy that's 7 for 57, including regular and postseason play.
Any out would do. And a scoreless ball game with 2 outs. Mazinter has been phenomenal in this wild card game. Comes home, swing and a miss, strike 3. Max Mazinter strikes out the side. 7 Ks on 5 innings and a 0 on the board. We head into the top of the 6th. Sonoma with a chance for the game's first run.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
For the first time this ball game, we see a relief pitcher. Michael Rodriguez comes in for Moose Cuellar after Cuellar went 5 innings of no-run baseball, 3 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Rodriguez hoping to carry it on against the heart of the order, Carlson, Vassell, and Jones. All righty's first pitch is called, strike, 0-1.
Dean Traynor goes from one all-star to another. Cuellar at a 2.97 ERA entering. He goes to Rodriguez, who's a 2.70.
6'1" righty from Sharon, Pennsylvania, plays his college ball at Youngstown State. His 0-1 to Carlson, swing and a miss, 0-2. And those stats back up him being an all-star through 16 2/3, 23 strikeouts, 2.7 ERA, only 9 hits. Sonoma would take anything to get on for the game's first run. Rodriguez is 0-2. High, ball 1. A good take by Carlson.
Stompers have to be overjoyed to see anyone on the mound not named Moose Cuellar.
Need some offense to back that up. A great performance from Maximus Inter thus far. Long pause from Rodriguez. Set at the belt. Fires home. Fouled back by Carlson. Stays alive. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Michael Rodriguez. That is a lot faster than the high 80s Sonoma was seeing from Moose Cuellar. It's faster than anyone they've seen this summer, I'd be willing to bet. Carlson used to it. Georgia State Panther at the D1 level. Gets the 1-2. Bounces it over to first. Foul. That one just stayed out of play as a nice two-hand grab from Jose Areola, the first base umpire, to prevent that one from going towards the Blues bullpen. Carlson, couple of foul balls in a row with 2 strikes, battling against the new arm. Rodriguez is 1-2 once more. Outside, ball 2.
The Stompers have a flair for the dramatic in the postseason. They took them all the way down to the bottom of the 10th to win it against the Crawdads in the North title last year. They have to do something to get there this year.
The 2-2. Bounced over to first. It's an awkward hop and hits off of Moran into foul territory. Carlson stays over at first. And Moran is still hunched over in foul territory. Ruled a hit for Hunter Carlson as Moran now getting some attention from the trainer. That was a 95-mile-an-hour swing from Hunter Carlson straight into the shoulder of the first baseman.
Yeah, that's a...
Kind of got him in the face a little bit.
The first thing...
And Power has now maybe come back here in the wild card. We're still waiting for clear word. I mean, this wild card game has had a lot of interesting things so far. And this is just another. The field lights still not on as the sun's starting to set here at Sinsheimer.
And Nate, what's the first thing you think of when the lights go out in a playoff game? You're a Niners fan. You should remember.
Super Bowl against the Ravens back in the Superdome in New Orleans. Jacoby Jones had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then 4 straight plays in the red zone. Colin Kaepernick couldn't punch it in with Michael Crabtree.
Maybe this is the Stompers' good luck power outage.
We had the good luck goose back in the back in Walnut Creek in Menlo Park as the umpires are discussing what to do here. Andrew Bergstrom, Jose Areola, and Dustin Hare. Bergstrom, someone the Stompers have seen this summer. Areola and Hare, 2 new guys.
A lot going on, and first and foremost, your happy that Miles Mater, or beg your pardon, CJ Moran is okay when that ball hit him in the face. That's the worry when you see that play, is you hope he's okay. He did a great job to recover after being hit in the face and attempt to get a play at first, but he doubles over in foul ground, and after a conversation, he stays in the game. And now you focus on the other thing, the power outage, and what that has done is iced Mikey Rodriguez. He hasn't thrown a pitch now in 4 or 5 minutes.
And Tino Vassell was about to step into the batter's box. Home plate umpire Andrew Bergstrom's going to give Rodriguez some time to warm up, which is the right decision, obviously. There have been no in-between inning games here at San Luis Obispo for that reason, to make sure the pitchers can get all their warm-up pitches that they need. Rodriguez is ready to roll. He gave up a leadoff single to Hunter Carlson. It doesn't get any easier against Tino Vassell. 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a triple. Was held up at third back in the 4th inning. Has a chance to keep the bats hot for Sonoma. Thank you so much for sticking with us here. Still scoreless in the CCL North Wildcard. Rodriguez, Vassell. Carlson over at first, nobody out in the top of the 6th. Bunt shown, not laid down, and it's a foul ball. 0-1.
Comerford in on the grass. He's ready for it, but I think Vassell still has to try and get it down on a second attempt.
Tino Vassell, I don't know if we've really ever seen him try and show bunt. One of the best hitters in the CCL. Well, you got to play small ball to win these games. The 0-1. Bunt shown again. Laid down up the third base side. Comerford was all the way in. He throws over to first in time, but the sacrifice is complete. Carlson into scoring position with 1 out.
You give Mike Jones a shot. He had 11 runs batted in over a 2-game stretch earlier last week, Nate. That was good enough to get him the CCL Hitter of the Week honors, and it doesn't matter if you were hitting 110 or 510. This is the biggest at-bat of the season.
Mike Jones, 11 RBI last week. He's gotten a hit in 7 of his last 8 games. He has Hunter Carlson over at second. A look back over at second from Rodriguez. The come home. Line to left field, but just foul. That would have done it, Kieran. 97-mile-an-hour foul ball from Mike Jones.
Yeah, a couple feet foul from Jones, but maybe the sharpest piece of contact you see. That's why there was the moment of exclamation here and really around the ballpark.
A couple of hard hits off of Michael Rodriguez, the new arm. He's been so good in the regular season. Now, that doesn't matter in a 1-game elimination wild card. Big swing and a miss from Mike Jones there, 0-2. Rodriguez, after giving up that line out, still attacking the batter.
Stompers now taking their 5th plate appearance with a runner in scoring position. 0 for 3 thus far with a walk.
0-2 count to Jones. Big gap up the right side. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. After a leadoff single and a sacrifice bunt to advance the score into second position, Michael Rodriguez strikes out Mike Jones. 2 outs. And Sonoma in danger of leaving another runner in scoring position. Karen, you wonder how long can this go on against this Blues lineup that's produced magic against you before, that's produced magic very recently here at Sinsheimer. Europero into the plate, swing and a miss, strike 1. On Friday against the Conejo Oaks, a thrilling 12-11 win. Back and forth game that took a big comeback from San Luis Obispo late on.
And you have Mazinter gave you 5 one-hit innings without allowing a run. You have to try and give the bullpen some run support if his day would be done.
Rodriguez working a lot slower than Cuellar did, the starter. A look over at second, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Europero. A couple of whiffs in a row from Rodriguez. Europero has walked both times he's been up. He's in an 0-2 count against Rodriguez. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 10 strikeouts through 6 innings from Blues pitching. Stompers have left 5 in scoring position. We head into the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless at Sinsheimer.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Max Mazenter's day is done after 5 innings. The starter only allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, and struck out 7. He set the tone for Aiden Tinsley, the new arm into the game. A Desto JC arm. Has been solid out of the pen. This is his first appearance this postseason. Starts things off against Dom Nahar, who shows bunt. Pulls it back and takes a strike, 0-1. Tinsley, 5'10" righty from Stockton. Only a 3.46 ERA with 14 strikeouts. He delivers strike 2 at the knees, 0-2. One of those mid-season additions for Sonoma that you've seen maybe the starting pitching take a step back. The bullpen has been phenomenal for the Stomps. All arms available, really, for Zach Pace, as that one misses in the dirt for a ball. Dom Nahar came up in the 3rd, flew out to right. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Age McCown throws over to first to record the first out. Strikeout number 8 of the day for Stomps pitching. First from someone not named Max Mazenter. Brings up the top of the order, Cesar Chavez. And the best hitter this summer for the Blues. .317 average. 3rd in the CCL in RBI with 33. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch, Tinsley. This is low for a ball. Chavez, 7 doubles as well. He is someone who can send one into the gap and really make things interesting here in the 6th as he takes that side, ball 2. This is a Blues team that's been hot. 7 of its last 9 games have been wins. Sonoma has been hot in the month of July as well, as that one bounces off the knees of McCown, ball 3. A 3-0 count here. Aiden Tinsley, someone that doesn't really have an issue with his command, only 3 walks through 13 innings. Trying to be a little creative as Gage McCown wants to talk things over with his pitcher. Hunter Carlson, another catcher, coming over from first as well. McCown has had a really nice game behind the plate so far. Besides a misplaced throw over to second on a back pick attempt. Has called 8 strikeouts from his pitching staff, including 1 this inning from Dom Nahar. And then Cesar Chavez, the very first of the game, to lead off the first. Shadows cover basically the entire grass here at Sinsheimer. 3-0, no swing, ball 4.
Next up is our beer batters.
Regular season stats don't matter in the postseason. 3 walks through 13 innings. Aiden Tinsley, he's now walked the first batter he's seen in 2 in the postseason. A strikeout to start. A walk to Chavez, heart of the order, Moran up. 0 for 2. Had a hit right on his shoulder, face area back in the first. Looked like he might have to exit the ball game. Instead, stays in as he takes the ball outside, 1-0.
5 straight misses from Tinsley after that strikeout of Nahar. This is always the worry when you go to a reliever in the playoff game. They have to be on.
The 1-0. Fouled, 1-1. Interesting decision to swing after 5 straight misses. Moran now in a 1-1 count and maybe a break for Aiden Tinsley on the mound. Devin Laginto still tossing in the bullpen. The 1-1. Called, strike 2. Moran has struck out 29 times this summer. That one popped up into center field. Taylor going back, and he makes the grab for the second out of the inning. Brings up
Next up is number 2, third baseman,
Brendan Comerford. A walk back in the first, a ground out back in the fourth on a really nice play from Tino Vassell. He's really been the biggest problem of the day for Stompers pitching. Tinsley has a runner at first and 2 down. Fires a first pitch, a breaking ball called for a strike.
This is it. You got your runner on for the best hitter. This is your situation you want if you're Dean Trainer.
Back pick over to first in time. Blues pitching. Back picked a runner over at first. Aiden Tinsley does the same to get out of a 6. We head into the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Kieran Costa back on play-by-play in a 0-0 ball game in the CCL North Wildcard.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Gage McCown, Ben Sebastiani, Bryson Ayala, the bottom third of the order for Sonoma. 3 straight righties against the righty, Mikey Rodriguez, who gave up a single but a couple of strikeouts, stranded the Stomper runner at second. His first pitch to McCown. Checks his swing. The pitch is a called strike. McCown, good against high velocity. He's going to have to do that against the hard-throwing Rodriguez. He watches a called strike 2. Gage walked in the second, struck out in the fourth with runners at second and third. The Stompers 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They'd love to get another crack with a man at second here in the 7th. McCown strikes out swinging. 3 straight Ks for Rodriguez dating back to the 6th.
An 11 on the day for the Stompers lineup. This game kind of going how you expected it to, I'd say, Kieran. Good starting pitching performances. The Blues getting a lot of strikeouts from a lineup that
strikes out a lot.
Strikeout.
But you gotta love it. You can't draw it up any better than a
postseason baseball,
tie
baby.
game in the 7th without a run. 1 hitter for Sonoma pitching. Sebastiani takes a cold strike. 4 pitches, 4 strikes here in the 7th.
3 of the 4 games have been tied between these two ball clubs entering the bottom third innings.
That one misses finally, 1-1. Sebastiani grounded out in the 2nd and struck out in the 5th.
It was tied in the 7th back at Arnold Field when the Stompers won the only meeting between these two ball clubs. It was tied in the 8th the first time at Sinsheimer. It was tied in the 11th.
The pitch to Sebastiani way late on a fastball, 1-2. The CCL North Wildcard game has delivered thus far. It's only missing a run. 1-2 pitch. Sebastiani strikes out swinging. Mikey Rodriguez is mowing down these Stompers. 12 for slow pitching through 6 2/3. Cuellar went 5 shutout with 8 Ks. Rodriguez has come in. He gave up a single. Then Vassell bunted. And then Jones, Europero, McCown, and Sebastiani have all struck out swinging. We'll see if Ayala can keep the 7th alive. He swings and misses, 0-1. And as each half inning progresses, it feels like the Blues are closer and closer to striking first, although it's been Sonoma with every opportunity. Via 1, Ayala swings and misses, 0-2.
Especially when you're getting performances like this out of your bullpen.
0-2, Ayala takes low for a ball. Sonoma got a runner on in the first. He was picked off. They got 2 2-out walks in the second. No one could score. They had a 1-out triple in the 4th, and then McCown struck out with runners at second and third. They stranded a runner in the 5th and another one in the 6th, trying to get a base runner in the 7th. 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez. Ayala strikes out swinging, and Mikey Rodriguez has struck out 5 straight Stompers. But no matter, because we're tied. Time to stretch here at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. Stompers nothing, Blues nothing on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network.
In your quest for roofing services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence, from roof repairs to installations. Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer to extend warranties up to 50 years of coverage. Crandall Roofing's simple pricing for roof services ensures transparency and ease. With straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions accessible for all. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partner of the Sonoma Stompers.
Aiden Tinsley back to work in the 7th, and he has the heart of the order. This is the Blues' best shot to score. Comerford, Becker, and Maria against the Stomper reliever coming out for his 2nd inning of work. He walked Cesar Chavez but picked him off with Comerford at the plate. Now Brendan hits to lead off the 7th. First one is low. Comerford walked and stole 2nd. He's also grounded out. One of the hardest hit balls the Blues have hit all day. The 1-0 is a ball. 2-0 on Comerford. Tinsley had a stretch of 5 consecutive balls in that 6th inning. He's missed with his first 3 of the 7th.
Devin Laginto throwing in the pen for Sonoma.
Comerford, the vocal leader and the statistical leader, swings 3-0 and hits one to right. The Stompers catch a huge break from the slow Blues' best hitter. Bass makes the catch, one away.
3-0 swing in a tie ball game.
If there's a guy to let loose, it's Brendan Comerford.
It feels like you gotta be. Zach Pace would be livid if that was one of his guys. That is unreal.
Stompers pitching has allowed just 1 hit. As Becker swings and misses, 0-1. That was a Parker Crystal double in the 5th. And this is just an outstanding ball game here on the Central Coast. 0-1, low 1-1. Pitcher's duel. A total of no runs and 5 hits between the 2 ball clubs. 1 out, no one on in the last of the 7th. The 2026 CCL North Wildcard game delivering for those in attendance and watching along at home. That one misses outside again, and it's 2-1.
And it easily could come down to a mistake.
Yeah.
It easily could come down from a mistake from either defense, a pitcher, somebody.
2-1. Hit to first. Carlson can't get it. It rolls into right. Right on cue, Nate. There's a mistake. A Bill Buckner-esque ground ball to Carlson at first. He dropped to a knee to keep it in front, and it just ate him up and rolled into right. And there is the go-ahead run in the 7th.
Not the first baseman we've seen for a lot of this summer. Carlson has really, most of his reps have been as a catcher and as a designated hitter. He can play first, but it's not the position that he's used to. There's a mistake here, and you got to bounce back if you're Stompers pitching.
That brings up Diego Murillo. Tinsley checks back on first late. He picked off Chavez in the 6th. And that has changed the entire feel of this 7th inning. It could have been 2 outs, bases empty. Instead, Becker's the go-ahead run, and if he scores, the Stompers have just 6 outs to work with. Tinsley comes home and misses down and in.
Still a pitch away from getting out of it, though, Kieran. Middle of the infield, that double play depth. Sonoma could turn on you. This baseball game will have everything except a run at this point.
One ball and no strikes. Tinsley comes home. Murillo, a half swing. It dunks into right field. It's a check swing single, and everything going the Blues' way all of a sudden. First and second with just one out for Parker Cristal. An easy ground ball that turns into a base runner, and then a check swing single for Murillo. That's just the second hit allowed by Stomper pitching.
Zach Pace out of a dugout.
It's Zach Pace, not Mike Nunez. You wonder if it will be a pitching change. It's a tough spot to bring in Laginto. And Tinsley's really been great. He had the walk in the sixth, but he immediately picked him off. But that will be the day for Aiden Tinsley. 2 on and 1 out in the seventh. Here comes Devin Laginto in a tie ball game.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Huge spot in this bowl game. Devin Laginto comes out of the bullpen. The righty from Sonoma County. Played at Grand Canyon, last year at San Joaquin Delta, and now committed to San Diego State. Just a few weeks ago, he faces another San Diego State commit, Parker Cristal, who had a double off of Mazinter. The only hit until Murillo's check swing single. He's at first. First and second, one out. A base hit to the ball game will break the scoreless tie. Laginto to Cristal, hit foul back to the screen. Devin in the regular season made 14 appearances. He went 2-0 with 4 saves and a 5.09 ERA over 17 2/3 innings. He pitched against the Slow Blues twice, and he went 2.2 innings, allowed just a run. He's ahead of Cristal. The pitch. Parker pops it up. Should be playable. Infield fly rule is called. Carlson squeezes it anyway, and that is a huge second out of the inning. Stompers fans can take maybe half of a deep breath. And now a base hit to the outfield will definitely give the Blues the lead. And it's Miles Mader who has the biggest hit against the Stompers by the Blues this season. That was a walk-off when these two teams played here in June. That was the game Laginto pitched in.
And Laginto pitched in the 8th inning where the Blues tied it.
Now the Blues looking to take the lead. 2 on, 2 out. Laginto to Mader. He struck out swinging twice against Max Mazinter. First one, Mader takes high. Sonoma, no runs, 4 hits, and a costly error. That's the man at second. The Blues, no runs, 2 hits, no miscues so far. Laginto to Mader. Big pitch. Miles swings and misses at an off-speed 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th inning in a scoreless tie here in the 2026 CCL North Wildcard game. High drama on the Central Coast. Laginto, a second-year Stomper with postseason experience, delivers to the true freshman Mater, and Miles takes outside 2-0.
Laginto has had some unbelievable appearances in the month of July. You think back to that 7-strikeout day against Alameda.
He
Had a
just
6-strikeout day against San Francisco.
has to get Mater anyway, and he's back in the count 2-2. That's the slider, and this elevation down and slow is drifting towards home plate, made her way out in front.
And someone who's delivered in the postseason as well.
Got the start in Game 1 of the CCL Championship Series last year. Left in line for a win, trying to keep the game scoreless in the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Laginto to Mater. Bounce to third, foul. We'll do it again. And this is playoff baseball. You gotta love it if you're a fan of either team. Blues fans may be a little more optimistic right now. The go-ahead runs at second base. But Stompers fans have trusted Devin Laginto for 2 full seasons. They're gonna have to trust him here. The 2-2 pitch to the Blues catcher. Foul back to the screen.
And part of the reason why you mentioned Laginto starting that postseason game last year, he's been working out of the bullpen this summer to get back to the D1 level. He committed last week to San Diego State. Stress-free baseball is good baseball, but I wouldn't call it stress-free.
This is high-stress baseball. An error and a single have the Blues set up with first and second and 2 away. 2-2 pitch from Laginto. Runners bluff, don't go. Pitch misses outside 3-2. And now the runners will be going on first motion from the righty.
Laginto works better with a clean set of bases than he does with runners on.
You load him up, you
here.
can send him back to the stretch.
And you bring up Brady Alves.
Becker runs from second. Maria runs from first. Mater strikes out swinging. Laginto fired up off the mound. And we've played 7 innings without a run. 7 complete from Sinsheimer. Blues nothing. Stompers nothing. Sonoma has the top of the order. Taylor, Bass, and Carlson in the top of the 8th. Oh, you're watching the 2026 CCL North Wildcard game on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
It's playoff baseball from the Central Coast, and if you're one of the give or take 1,000 on hand at Sinsheimer Park. You've gotten your money's worth. We enter the 8th inning of play, and neither team has scored a run. Stompers have gone Mazinter to Tinsley to Laginto. They've allowed just 2 hits. On the other side, it's Mikey Rodriguez entering his 3rd inning of work for the first time this year, and he starts it with a strike.
Most amount of work we've seen Rodriguez go this summer is 47 pitches in early July against the Forsters.
He delivers to Taylor, who bounces it foul, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Rodriguez gave up a single to Carlson on the first batter that he faced, and since then has given up a bunt and 5 straight swinging strikeouts. It's taken him just 26 pitches to get through 2 innings. 0-2 pitch to Taylor. The leadoff man leads off the 8th and bounces this one foul. Neither team has a hit. The Stompers have 4 runs and an error. The Blues 2 hits and no miscues. A very sound defensive game on both sides. Barring that is a botched ground ball from Carlson in the last of the 7th. Taylor takes up, and it's 1-2. Rodriguez, a righty, pitched at Youngstown State this past season. His 1-2 to Taylor is hit hard and fair inside the first base bag. Quickly in to cut it off is Becker. And Chase Taylor has his 2nd hit, and for the 2nd time against Mikey Rodriguez, the Stompers have the leadoff man aboard. Wesley Bass is not a guy who can really bunt the baseball. In Georgia State, he would be pinch bunted for when the Panthers needed to get one down. We'll see if Zach Pace trusts Wesley to swing away or put one down here in the 8th. The go-ahead run is Taylor at first. Bass shows bunt. Instead, it's a pick to first base.
We've seen the Stompers show bunt early. That's to throw off the pitcher on the mound. Paul Madarena says if you show bunt early, that forces the pitcher make some mistakes. I wouldn't be surprised if Bass shows bunt, then pulls it back.
Squared all the way around before Rodriguez even starts his motion, and Bass bunts it foul. 0-1, and Comerford so shallow and crashing at third. A beautiful slash opportunity for the Stomper right fielder. If he can just chop one to where the third baseman would be, Comerford's maybe give or take 10 feet away from Bass when he starts his swing. Taylor, a speedy runner, has 9 swipes. You wonder if you put him in motion, but it would be worrisome if Bass pops the bunt up. He's squared early again. The pitch. Bass pops it up. First base side. Mader slides. He touches it in fair territory. Bass is going to be safe. Taylor's going to head towards third. And Zach Pace is out of the dugout. Andrew Bergstrom called it a foul ball. Bass popped up the bunt to the first base side. Mader went into a slide and in what looked to be in fair territory touched the baseball.
We've seen calls get overturned between these two ball clubs before. I don't know if it's going to happen here. That looked very close, Karen.
I don't think it's even possible to change this call on the field. It would be something we've never seen, but I think Bergstrom might have missed that one. Foul ball is the call that stands on the field, and Bass has to go back, and the Blues have caught a massive break. Andrew Bergstrom has handed San Luis Obispo a game-changing call. Heartbreak for the fans in attendance, but the Stompers fans in attendance, that is, and the Stompers fans watching. The Stompers have a pretty big contingent down the first base line, and now Bass will be swinging away on 0-2. That is a huge, huge moment in this ball game.
Have to adjust now, Kieran.
0-2 to Wesley Bass. He bounces it towards short. Alves goes to second for one. The turn to first, no chance. They get the lead runner in Taylor. Bass, a faster runner, replaces him at first, and so after all that, he could not get the runner to second base, but Wesley Bass can fly, and he's at first. 6'4", fielder's choice. And you never want the umpire to be the difference in a game. And, of course, we're up here. We don't have a great angle. We don't know if that ball was fair or foul, but a controversial moment here in the 8th. And it feels all of a sudden like the Slow Blues have all the momentum. Hunter Carlson at the plate. A check on first. Bass is safe.
This is someone who you want up here in this moment, though, Kieran. And the man on deck, Tino Vassell. These are the two best guys in this lineup. Carlson had a hard hit single back in the 6th. Tino Vassell with a triple back in the 4th. You got to score a run here, Kieran.
Bass at first. With one out. Carlson, 1 for 3 today. Bass dances off first, doesn't run. Carlson serves one into right, sinking fast, but it's the second baseman, Alves, who ranges out to make the catch. They retire Hunter, and that's a big second out.
It's looking like a very, very big break for Slow. A very big break. Tino Vassell, he's delivered so many times this summer. Needs to deliver here in the 8th.
Tino Vassell already has a triple today. Looking for a little bit of 8th inning magic. First pitch to Vassell, but first a check on first, and Bass is safe. In the inning, Taylor singled. Bass put down a bunt up the first base line that it appeared for most people in the ballpark that had been touched fair by Miles Mader. It would have set up the Stompers first and third with nobody out. Instead, the home plate umpire said foul ball. Bass grounded out, and Carlson popped out since. Wesley running towards second. The throw is not in time. Stolen base for Bass. And a base hit to the outfield for Sonoma. Could break the deadlock. Nice throw from Mader on a hop. I don't know if they would have got Bass even if it was picked safely by Diego Murillo. Vassell trying to be the hero in the 8th. 0-1 the count on the left-handed hitter from Pleasanton. Tino checks his swing. The pitch is a ball. Tino led the CCL in runs batted in the regular season. He would love to pick up the first ribby of the postseason for either team in this ball game. 1-1. Vassell swings and misses 1-2.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Rodriguez a pitch away from escaping the 8th. Vassell strikes out swinging. The inning is over. For Sonoma in the frame, it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors and 1 left. 7.5 innings gone, scoreless.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in San Luis Obispo. The score is still 0-0. Alves, Nahar, and Chavez, 8-9 and 1. Laginto got Cristal to pop up and struck out Mater to strand runners at first and second in the 7th. Now it's a clean inning for the righty. Devin's first pitch misses off the corner away. Tough break has gone against the Stompers, but what are you going to do? You have to flush that and focus on the game that's still continuing, scoreless. 1-0 pitch. Alves cuts and tips it into the glove of McCown, 1-1. Laginto, the righty, delivers. Alves cuts and misses. Brady grounded out and struck out in his first 2 trips. Both of those against Max Maziner, the starter, who went 5 innings with 1 hit, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Time called at the plate. From the windup is Laginto. So comfortable in this role. 1-2 pitch. Alves hits it foul. Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday night, and you're getting treated to a show. Pitchers duel, scoreless game in this wild card contest. 1-2 to Alves. Popped up on the infield, foul ground. Gage McCown, the catcher, makes the catch in foul ground. Alves retired to start this bottom of the 8th.
Here's number 23, Don Nahar.
Stompers are 1-0 in extra inning playoff games in their time in the CCL. They hope to win this one in just 9. It would mean Laginto does not allow a run in the bottom of the 8th, and the offense gets one in the top of the 9th. The Blues bullpen quiet as of now. The pitch into Nahar, swing and a miss, 0-1.
It's a bullpen that isn't as deep as Sonoma's. The longer this game goes on, the more it advantages Sonoma. The biggest advantage, Walnut Creek.
The 0-1. Nahar chases again, 0-2.
And we're still a long way from thinking about that, but for both teams, the Crawdads are rooting for this one to go on forever, pretty much.
Exactly. Laginto working quickly. 0-2 pitch. Nahar takes low.
I mean, Dean Traynor said that every arm is an option. You got to be ready to pitch. That includes the people up in the press box, all the interns.
1-2 pitch from Laginto. Nahar checks his swing. Yes, he did. Second strikeout for Laginto. 10th by Sonoma pitching.
And that's what Laginto has done all summer. The leader in strikeouts for this pitching staff. Has had some great performances thus far. Sonoma needs another.
Chavez awaits the first pitch. The leadoff hitter takes a ball. Outside, misses Laginto to Cesar Chavez, who struck out in the first, popped up in the third, and walked in the sixth. He was eventually picked off by Aiden Tinsley. The 1-0. Chavez takes a strike. Outside corner, 1-1. A left-hander up and loosening for the Blues. Chavez hits this one deep to left center field. Going back is Taylor, and that ball drops in the gap. Chavez heads towards third. The throw is not in time. Chavez triples to deep left center field. And now the go-ahead run at third base with 2 outs in the 8th. And C.J. Moran has a chance to get the go-ahead run to the plate. Perfectly placed in deep left center between Taylor and Jones. Mike Nunez is going to come to the mound to settle down Devin Laginto. Moran 0 for 3 today. Laginto retired the first 4 that he faced with a couple of strikeouts, and that Chavez triple right now means everything, means the season really to both these ball clubs.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in. Laginto has looked really solid, but all it takes is just one swing. First extra base hit of the year for Chavez, including the regular season. That wasn't a double. And it had some serious legs maybe at the start of this game. That one could have left. But instead, Sonoma's still in this. You have to just focus on the batter. You're still an out away from just getting out of inning with no damage done. And that's all that matters for Laginto.
Just the 3rd hit for the Blues. CJ popped out, grounded out, and hit a fly ball to center. He's 0 for 3. The USD Torero a chance to be the hero. Laginto's pitch. The lefty takes a ball just below the zone. Someone's going to be the hero at some point in these last few innings. The pitch to Moran is popped up down the third base side and out of play, 1-1.
Thanks again to the Slow Elks Club for sponsoring our 3 foul balls today.
There's been double barrel action down in the bullpen for Slow, a lefty and a righty. Laginto's pitch to Moran is a ball. Looks like Riley Dickey up for the Stomps.
Not a surprise, Karen. You want him to come in with a lead, not trailing.
Tie game in the 8th, 2-1. Moran watches strike 2.
Great pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's a 0-0 game here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch, Moran pops it up on the infield. Carlson in foul ground makes the catch, and Laginto leaves the go-ahead run 90 feet away. 8 innings have come, 8 innings have gone, and neither team has scored. The 9th inning of the 2026 CCL North Wildcard games next. 0-0 your score.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana ice cream and treats to the family. La Michoacana ice cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Carson Boyer is the third pitcher used by Dean Traynor and the Blues in a scoreless game in the ninth. A 6-foot, 200-pound lefty, 19-year-old from West Lynn, Oregon, deals with Mike Jones. The first pitch, Jones takes a strike outside corner. Threw at Gonzaga last year, made just 4 appearances. The lefty misses outside, 3/4 arm slot, almost down on the side for Boyer, who's made 12 appearances. He's 2-1 with 3 saves. He got knocked around by Sonoma in that 5-run inning when they played on June 2nd. Jones hits it foul 1-2.
Only batter due up to face Boyer Vissing that saw him in that inning was Gage McCown, who was hit by a pitch.
It'll be Jones, Uripero, and McCown in this 9th inning. Extra innings always favors the home team. The Stompers want to win it in the 9th. 1-2 pitch. Mike Jones takes low and outside, 2-2. Stompers have a flair for late inning dramatics in their postseason history. It took them a walk-off to win the North title last year. They're going to need a run here in the 9th to win it or even get there here in 2026. Jones swings and misses. That's the first strikeout for Boyer and number 15 for San Luis Obispo pitching. It's hard to win a game, Nate, when you strike out 15 times, but Sonoma has a chance to do it. Still scoreless in the 9th.
That's what the Stompers are going to have to do in order to win it, Kieran. I mean, it's not the position you'd want to be in, but
Uripero takes inside 1-0. You can look back on a controversial call in the 8th, but this game's still going in the 9th. Uripero takes high. A controversial bunt up the first base line called a foul ball that would have set up the Stompers with runners on the corners and nobody out. But you can't dwell on the past. You have to focus on the right now. As Uripero's ahead 3-0, one more wide one would be his 3rd walk drawn today. McCown, a righty on deck. .3-0. Left on left, the pitch is a called strike to Misael.
another break.
It's been a frustrating zone by Andrew Bergstrom. 3-1 pitch. Misa takes another called strike, 3-2. From 3-0 to 3-2, Misa's yet to swing the bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Boyer to Europero. That one's high for ball 4. And Europero has walked 3 times today. And it brings up Gage McCown. The crowd sitting on every single pitch here in this 9th inning.
Ball don't lie, Kieran.
One on, one out in the 9th. The pitch to McCown. Low, 1-0. The go-ahead run at first. That's Europero with 1 out. Gage McCown ahead of Carson Boyer. He checks his swing and hits it foul off the screen in front of the Blues dugout down the first base line. Playoff baseball down here on the Central Coast. Nothing better. 1-1 to the Stomper backstop, Gage McCown. Boyer, the lefty, slings it in. McCown hits it foul down the right field line over the Blues. Bullpen and out of play.
Gonna have to battle with 2 strikes. McCown needs to pass the bats.
One-two pitch from Boyer. McCown pops it foul again. Gage not giving an inch despite trailing in this count. A ball and 2 strikes. The Stompers and the Crawdads in the 2025 CCL North title game were level at 1 after 9 innings. The Blues and the Stompers on pace to go scoreless through 9 here in the 2026 Wildcard game. Unless McCown and the Stompers can change that in the top of the 9th. Gage bounces it to short, could be 2. Murillo flips to second and turns to first, double play. 6-4-3, and the Blues need just 1 run in the bottom of the 9th to move on to the CCL North title game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. The bottom of the 9th next. 1 to win it for San Luis Obispo.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
The bottom of the 9th inning in a 0-0 game. This is the situation you're playing as a kid in wiffle ball in your backyard. A chance to hit a playoff walk-off, and 3 Blues at the very least will have a chance to do that in the 9th. Comerford, Becker, and Murillo 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup against Devin Laginto, who gave up a 2-out triple, but he's retired 5 of 6. Comerford swings and hits it foul, 0-1. If we get 2 extra innings, there will be the automatic runner at second base. Comerford takes a ball, 1-1. Laginto came on with 2 on and 1 out in the 7th inning. He induced a pop-up and then got a strikeout. In the 7th, Chavez tripled with 2 outs. Comerford here swings and misses 1 and 2. A serious swing from a man nicknamed Comer here by Blues fans, and he tried to untie this ball game and send the Blues up to Danville. 1-2 pitch. Comerford pops it foul, backing off the top of the screen.
Remember we were talking about, you're with Austin O, the GM of the Walnut Creek Crawdads, your Mount Rushmore. I'd imagine this guy would be Mount Bluesmore.
1-2 pitch. Comerford hits it foul again, and Laginto was the guy talked about to go on Stompers Mount Rushmore.
Stompmore.
He's delivering, as of now, yet another vintage postseason performance. One-two pitch to Comerford, outside 2-2. Nate, we have a long, fun bus ride home to have as much wordplay games as we'd like. Now, it's all up to Devin Laginto to get this game to extra frames. Comerford winds it foul back to the screen once more.
Comerford's not making it easy for that to happen. He is battling here in the bottom of the 9th.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Laginto to Comerford. Hit in the air to left. In comes Mike Jones. He settles under it and makes the catch. He could not see that baseball for a lot of it battling the lights, but he squeezes it for a big first out, but it doesn't get any easier with Kyle Becker. If the Stompers can somehow, some way get this to extra inning, Gage McCown would be the automatic runner on second. It would be Ben Sebastiani, Bryson Ayala, and Chase Taylor. But pitch to Becker. The lefty hits this one down the left field line and out of play. Oh, 1 pitch. Kyle hits it to the screen. It's 0-2. This is playoff baseball, and it's been a heck of a ball game so far. 0-2 pitch to Kyle Becker. Outside, 1-2. Kyle popped out to Ayala in the first, struck out swinging against Mazenter in the 4th, and hit a ground ball that went between the legs of Carlson in the 7th. Here, he hammers one to deep right center field. Baz in the right center field alley runs it down 2 away.
This is the worst ballpark in the CCL to be a power hitting lefty, and the ball just dies out in right field.
Every ball that leaves the bat is a sharp breath by everybody in attendance and all of you watching at home. The Stompers fans know more than anybody the joys of postseason magic. But in Game 1 of the championship series, they've gone through the heartbreak as well. Last year's playoffs had it all, and this first game of the 2026 Northern postseason delivering as well. Laginto's first pitch to Murillo. A ball. .1-0 from Laginto is a strike. Murillo, a fly out, a strikeout, and a check swing single into shallow right. He's in a 1-1 battle with the Stomper reliever Laginto. This one's bounced foul right past a statuesque Rene Regalato in the third base coaching box. It was Mazenter to Tinsley, now Laginto. The 3 have combined for 8 2/3 shutout innings and 10 strikeouts. allowing just 3 hits. They'd love to give their offense a chance in the 10th. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Liginto stares into McCown for the sign. Rocks into the windup and delivers. Moreo strikes out swinging. It's free baseball in the CCL North Wildcard game. Scoreless after 9 at Sinsheimer.
It's overtime.
In your quest for roofing services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence, from roof repairs to installations. Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer to extend warranties up to 50 years of coverage. Crandall Roofing's simple pricing for roof services ensures transparency and ease. With straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions accessible for all. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partner of the Sonoma Stompers.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
A odd situation to start this night. There will be no ghost runner, as the first pitch to Sebastiani is a strike. In the major leagues, there's no ghost runner in the playoffs, but in last year's iteration of the CCL postseason, there was a ghost runner. But here there will not be one. Sebastiani lines it into right center field, a base hit. He rounds first. He heads towards second. There's going to be a play at second base. Taylor or Chavez can't pick it up.
There's the ghost runner, Kieran. A leadoff double for Ben Sebastiani. This is the moment for Sonoma.
Sebastiani with a leadoff double. It was Chavez Chavez, the center fielder, who bobbled to pick it up. It would have been a bang-bang play. And Sebastiani, Nate, as you said it, he's a de facto ghost runner. Runner on second, nobody out. And Bryson Ayala, you would think, would square up to bunt. And a check on first base, see if Sebastiani missed the bag. He did not. It's a interesting appeal. Why not? So, in on the grass is Moran, and he's going to be crashing. I think Comerford is going to be holding, and they're going to try and get the runner at third. Ayala squares to bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch misses outside, 1-0. Ben Sebastiani on second base, trying to set up Bryson Ayala here to bunt. Bryson squares around, pulls it back again, and it's a called strike. That's always frustrating when you're a hitter and you pull back and it's called a strike. He has to get it down on 1-1. He pulls it back again and takes outside. First base open. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to walk him if you're Boyer, but Chase Taylor's on deck. Ben Sebastiani is the go-ahead run at second. 2-1 pitch to Ayala. Moran all the way in at first. Bryson can't get it down. And it's 2-2. Ayala struck out twice already today. 34 in the regular season. He has to put the ball in play and get Sebastiani to third base. Ben Sebastiani led off this 10th with a double. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count on Ayala. Bryson takes low. 3-2. Split the plate, but missed below the zone, and an audible groan from the Blues faithful. 3 balls and 2 strikes here in the 10th inning. Boyer delivers to Ayala, and Bryson grounds it through the right side. Dave Hoke's going to send Ben Sebastiani. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw is late. Bryson Ayala comes through in the 10th. Sonoma jumps in front 1-0. And as it stands, Bryson is your postseason hero.
And it had to be Bryson Ayala, the man who pimped a homer against these Blues on opening day. It had to be the man to deny the Blues of a no-hitter. He's given Sonoma the lead and the wild card.
Bryson Ayala, opposite field, ground ball single. Sonoma a chance to extend this lead. Taylor not squaring to bunt, and he takes a called strike at the top of the zone. Sebastiani double, Ayala single. It's the 8-hitter and the 9-hitter. And Nate, what did we say all night? It doesn't matter who the postseason hero could be. Taylor bunts and pops it. Foul, 0-2.
Battle. Time to battle.
Time to battle.
1 run never feels comfortable in the postseason.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Devin Laginto. The Stompers hope it's with more than a 1-run lead. Boyer to Taylor. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Chase skies this one to right center. 3 Blues come together, and nobody makes the catch. It drops. Single for Chase Taylor. Nate, how else but a dragon, as they call him in Sonoma, to be the 3rd hit of Taylor's day. That's a ball that could have been caught, but instead it's the Bermuda Triangle of old Bermuda Triangles. Chavez, Alves, and Becker come together, and Dean Traynor comes to the mound. First and second, nobody out. And this could be the day for Carson Boyer, and it is. The Stompers have taken the lead in the 10th. They have a chance for a whole lot more. First and second, nobody out. A righty comes in to face Wesley Bass. We'll be right back with more of the 2026 CCL North Wildcard game.
In your quest for roofing services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence. From roof repairs to installations, Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer to extend warranties up to 50 years of coverage. Crandall Roofing's simple pricing for roof services ensures transparency and ease. With straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions accessible for all. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified, and proud partner of the Sonoma Stompers. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please?
The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Chance Jasso is the new arm into the game. A righty relieves Carson Boyer, who leaves him a bit of a sticky situation with runners at first and second and nobody out, with the Stompers already leading 1-0 thanks to Bryson Ayala. And it's been a two-lane green wave kind of a day, Nate. Max Mazenter, 5 shutout innings, and Bryson Ayala to go ahead and knock up into this point.
Yeah, but they're Stompers this summer, and they're living up to the Sonoma brand of dramatic baseball late on. And there's still plenty of room for more drama, but Wesley Bass and the guys after, Carlson and Vassell, have a chance to maybe cool things down. You have first and second, nobody out. Automatic bunt sign is on for Sonoma in this situation. If you can get second and third with one out for Hunter Carlson and Tino Vassell, that is a dream scenario for Sonoma coaching.
Jasso is 6'2", 185-pound righty from Visalia, Long Beach State dirtbag in his playing career. He has a 1.89 ERA and 23 strikeouts in 19 innings pitched. Let's see if he can get Wesley Bass, who squares to bunt and takes outside 1-0. Jasso, a righty, all of his appearances have been out of the bullpen. He's given up 13 hits, 4 earned runs, 9 walks, and that 23 strikeout number. He needs a couple of punch-outs to try and escape this inning.
This is their top arm out of the bullpen. This is who you're wanting to get out. Hold on to this one-run deficit for the Blues.
Ayala at second, Taylor at first. Bass squares to bunt and pulls it back to take a strike, 1-1. That's a pitch down in the zone. That's a pitch perfect to bunt. Two on, no out. Bass awaits a 1-1 pitch from Jasso. Squared around again. He can't get it down, and he'll be swinging away on 1-2. Bass, Carlson, and Vassell with first and second, nobody out. If the Blues escape this inning without giving up a run, it doesn't, but it almost feels like momentum would be on their side. You're still chasing a run in extra innings with no ghost runner. That's something we do have to mention. There is no ghost runner in this ball game. 1-2 pitch. Bass has to put the ball in play. He strikes out swinging. Jasso does exactly what he's brought in to do and get a strikeout. 16 Ks for Blues pitching. And Hunter Carlson, who's delivered time after time after time after time in the regular season, needs a base hit here in the 10th. It'll be Cristal, Mater, and Alves in the bottom of the 10th, but the Stompers have a chance to add to their one-run cushion here in the top half. Right on left, Carlson takes a ball. Hunter struck out looking, grounded out to first, singled, and popped out. Ayala, the runner at second, a great base runner with speed. Chase Taylor, the second best foot speed on the ball club at first. Carlson second in the CCL and runs driven in. Takes a ball, 2-0.
And also really good at taking walks, Karen. 14 of his last 17 games with a free pass. Hasn't happened yet tonight.
Stompers in the Blues playing with no tomorrow. Chance Jasso against Hunter Carlson, mano a mano. And Hunter's hit by the pitch. The bases are loaded for Tino Vassell. No place to put the man who leads the CCL in walks and runs batted in. The Stompers would love to get both of those in one go here.
And someone who's delivered in big moments before. In the 9th inning, down by 2 and 2 on, he delivered a game-tying triple in San Francisco. Multiple home runs late in games. He is someone who has delivered so many times, he has to do it again.
The infield plays at medium depth for a double play or an out at home. The pitch is way outside, and Miles Mater just kept this at a 1-run game. We'd once more like to thank you for joining us on a Tuesday night. The Stompers have put on a show for you, and they hope to do that again tomorrow if they can hold on to this 1-run lead. Sonoma has a runner at each base. The pitch from Jasso to Vassell is a called strike. 1-1. You just have to take a deep breath. The pitches are going to get called off the outside corner. There's nothing you can do about it now. The Stompers had a rally taken away on a fair or foul call. All that matters is this pitch. 1-1. Jasso to Tino. It's hit down the left field line, but foul and out of play. A strikeout here would be heartbreaking for Sonoma.
Murillo and Alves on that play started to play in on the infield.
Now they've come in with 2 strikes.
I mentioned all the things that Vassell leads the league in, and 2 strike counts haven't been friendly to him this year.
The outfield plays very shallow. 1-2 pitch. Vassell has to put the ball in play. He hits it hard down the third base line. Foul. Less than a foot. Foul from Tino Vassell the opposite way. And Stompers fans have their hearts in their throats, but you can breathe a little bit easier knowing you have a 1-run lead, but you just cannot leave the bases loaded.
You left the bases loaded in the top of the 10th last time you were here in Sinsheimer. Only 1 run across the plate.
They lost that game in 11, the only extra inning affair Sonoma's played all season. The 1-2 to Vassell, down 2-2. Connor Johnston has come out on deck to hit for Mike Jones. You want to go to a lefty against the righty, and then you'll have a better defender out in left field.
And someone in Connor Johnston who's gotten on base at a really nice clip so far this last couple weeks.
You want Vassell to deliver first. 2 balls and 2 strikes with the bases loaded here in the 10th. Jasso delivers. Vassell hits it foul again. Once more late on the fastball. Seventh pitch of the at-bat on the way. Bases still loaded with just 1 out. Vassell a chance to be the hero for Sonoma. Chance Jasso comes set. Right on left, the 2-2 pitch. Vassell hits it to the shortstop. A sliding play by Murillo. He throws home. Out is Ayala. 6-2 on the fielder's choice. Stompers unable to get that run home, and now it's up to Connor Johnston with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Dean Trainer's going to come out and argue that Ayala's slide should be illegal and call the runner out at first, Vassell as well.
And that's it's a very different play if the middle of the infield still plays back. It would have been tough to turn 2 in that moment for Murillo over at short. Played in and paid off. As Dean Trainer is still arguing with home plate umpire Andrew Bergstrom. Has to head back to his dugout, happy with the decision.
Ayala came in really hard with that slide, but no call made, and Connor Johnston, a left-handed hitter from Wilsonville, Oregon, digs in from the left side. What a play by Murillo, who went into a slide to keep that ball in the infield and then threw out the runner at the plate in a forced play. Johnston redshirted his freshman year at Bellarmine. The lefty, a 218 hitter, a 345 on base, 11 walks and 6 hit by pitches, has to find a way to double the lead any way that he can. The pitch to Johnston, swings and fouls it back.
A 5-game on-base streak to end the regular season for Connor Johnston. Someone who I thought was in the conversation for one of those last spots in the outfield. He's a great defender, and he can work some counts.
0-1 to CJ. Jasso pitches. Johnston takes a strike. Outside corner 0-2.
It's the CCL zone right there, Kieran. Can't be upset with it at this point.
Stompers had the bases loaded with 1 out. Vassell at the plate. The Blues got the out at home. And now Johnston behind 0-2. The 0-2 offer, but first time called at home plate.
And you'll see that all the time from Connor Johnston. Loves to call time and 2 strike counts. Throw off the pitcher any way he can and give himself an advantage.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Sonoma leads by 1. Johnston takes high. CJ, 21 strikeouts in 87 at-bats. Not a guy that swings and misses too much. This would be the biggest hit of the summer. The 1-2 offer from Chance Jasso. Johnston takes outside 2-2. Walks as good as a hit.
Walks as good as a hit. Two runs is a lot different than 1, Kieran.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jasso's pitch with the bases full. Johnston strikes out swinging, and the inning is over. A magic act from Jasso and a 17th strikeout for Blues pitching, but the Stompers break the deadlock. A run on 3 hits, no Blues errors, and the Stompers leave them loaded. Just 3 outs stand between the Stompers and the CCL North title. We'll see if they can get them. It's Cristal, Mater, and Alves in the bottom of the 10th. 1-0 Sonoma.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please?
The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
We play the bottom of the 10th inning with Sonoma now leading 1-0. If you notice, there's no ghost runner at second base. Everyone up here in the booth expected there to be somebody there, but no. There was a meeting between the 2 coaches and the home plate umpire, and maybe that was a decision, but no ghost runner, unlike in the MLB. It's Parker Cristal swinging and missing at the first pitch of the bottom of the 10th. Devin Laginto, so far today, has gone 2.2 innings, allowed just 1 hit, and he just threw his 44th pitch. He aims to be the Stompers' hero. He just misses off the corner away.
Second time, Laginto seeing his fellow SDSU commit, Cristol, forced to pop out to first last time up.
In Sonoma fashion, they left the bases loaded in the top of the 10th. Can the pitching pick him up? Cristol, a big swing and a miss. 1-2. If Sonoma can somehow hold on, they play against the 1-seed Crawdads in Danville tomorrow at 4 o'clock. But a big 3-out stand between them and the North title game. The 1-2 pitch. Cristol checks his swing. Appeal to first. Yes, he did. The home plate umpire, Bergstrom, calls it himself. The 12th strikeout for Stomper pitching. And a big one here in the 10th. The first out of the frame. And Miles Mader, who's 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. This, Nate, in baseball is what you call due.
Due. Golden sombrero, doesn't matter if you can be the game's tying run.
He has 2 homers this year, one of those against Sonoma. Brady Alves is out on deck to hit for himself. Mader, though, you have to get first. Laginto delivers. Miles bounces it foul. The first 2 hitters of this 10th inning have swung first pitch. You have to continue to challenge in the zone. The big bad Crawdads await the winner of this one. Laginto rocks and fires. Mader takes a ball, close pitch, but missed outside and a little bit low. Bergstrom's been lenient. A pitcher's umpire on the outside corner. Maybe you try and go back there if you're Laginto. The 1-1 offer to Mader is a strike. Front hip slider from Devin came back to the inside edge.
Luke Smolik's favorite pitch, if I remember correctly.
Luke Smolik, one of so many names that have come and gone from this Stomper 2026 summer. But it's the guys out there now with a chance to do something special and upset the Blues. Devin Laginto ahead of Mader 1-2. The pitch. Struck him out swinging. Went back to the slider and Mader swung right over it. And Brady Alves is the only man standing between the Stompers and a trip to Walnut Creek tomorrow afternoon. In one of the grittiest baseball games I've ever seen. A scoreless tie brought us to the 10th, where the 8-hitter Ben Sebastiani doubled and the 9-hitter Ayala drove him home. Now it's Devin Laginto, touching 50 pitches, delivers to Alves, a called strike 1. Sonoma has gone Mazinter to Tinsley. And Laginto now trying to get the final out in the 10th. The 0-1 pitch. Alves swings and misses, nothing in 2. 1 strike away are the Stompers. Infield and outfield at normal depth. Devin Laginto stares into McCown for the sign. His 0-2 pitch to Brady Alves. Struck him out swinging! The Stompers keep on dancing in 2026! Sonoma comes down to Sinsheimer and steals one from San Luis Obispo. Your final score from SLO, 1-0 in 10 innings. How do you like that, Nate?
I like it a lot, Kieran. Pure playoff baseball at its finest. A pitcher's duel from top to bottom. It came into the 10th. Sonoma lost in extras here at Sinsheimer in the regular season. They don't do it in the postseason. You said in early June, the first week of the season, that these Stompers have juice. They still got a little left in the tank.
The Stompers faithful came down in a big way, and they're waiting above the visiting third base dugout here at Sinsheimer to congratulate the 3-seed Stompers on the upset of the 2-seed Blues. Standing ovation for what's been a great summer for San Luis Obispo, but it's the Stompers faithful going wild for the squad in the road Grays. And Nate, they traveled over 4.5 hours to come support the Stompers. They're just going to be 40 minutes from home tomorrow in Danville. It's not going to be an easy task. No one's saying that it will be. The Crawdads dominated the season series over Walnut Creek dominated the season series. They took 7 of the 9 meetings. But what have we said so many times today, Nate? The Crawdads and Stompers record this year, it's 0-0, and they're going to go at it tomorrow at 4 o'clock. What a win. It took 10 innings, and it took a Bryson Ayala go-ahead single in the 10th.
A very, very gritty, gutsy game. This is what the Sonoma Stompers have been for so much of a summer. Teams that just find a way, and they're going to have to find a way against the Walnut Creek Crawdads team that they've struggled with in the regular season. 2-7. Throw goes out the window, as you said.
The Stompers struck out 17 times over 10 innings.
And you find a way. And that's postseason baseball, Kieran.
Away. Devin Laginto went 3.2 innings in relief in one of the gutsiest and one of the greatest pitching performances a Stompers ever put on. He entered the game with 2 on and 1 out in the 7th. He escaped that inning and allowed just 1 base runner, a 2-out triple in the 8th. He struck out 6 and earns himself the victory, and he's now 1-0. That's his postseason record.
It's the loss postseason record too
goes to Carson Boyer, who gave up the RBI single to Bryson Ayala. Your final totals from Sinsheimer: 1 run on 8 hits and 1 error. Triumphs over no runs and 3 hits and no errors. The Stompers have their work cut out for them, Nate, in just about 18 hours. We'll have first pitch from Danville, California, and a chance to host the CCL North, the CCL Championship Series. We will have a CCL North title game between the Stompers and the Crawdads for the 3rd consecutive year. Let's wrap up shop here, though, from Sinsheimer. We'd first like to thank everyone with the Blues, the players and the coaches, and especially the press box staff that has been so welcoming and kind of the 3 times we've come this summer. It's the Stompers with the victory in 10 innings, 1-8-1, triumphs over 0-3-0. For all the Stompers, staff, players, coaches, and fans that traveled down the Central Coast, we thank you. And for my broadcast partner, Nate Martin, I'm Kieran Costa. Stompers survive and advance. They win it 1-0 in 10. We'll see you tomorrow with a 3:45 pregame show between the Stompers and the Crawdads, and a chance to host the CCL Championship Series. Stomps win the wild card game 1-0 for Nate Martin. I'm Kieran Costa saying so long.